white mousse. White chocolate mousse.
Wow, absolutely. Yeah. So I think where we picked it up last time, you guys accepted the mission from Nimsy Huddle, who did bake you some delicious cookies. Even gave you some some cookies to go, I believe. Shajai, in fact, liked the cookies so much that she's staying behind and eating the cookies. So might be a slightly chubbier Shajai when she returns to us next week, because Leah can't play with us this week because it's her son's birthday. So if you're watching the stream, Leah, happy birthday, Eddie. Have a good one. So, and I think where we picked it up last week was when you had said goodbye to Nimsy Huddle, and indeed Shajar at this stage, and you went out hunting for some white moose. Now, I'll bring you across to the main map so you can get a little bit of position about exactly where you are. So basically this wooded area here is where you're heading into. So you've just entered into the forest. What would you guys like to do?
Okay.
Yeah. Are we all going into the forest, or were we going to have a little chat at the thing?
Oh.
Thing before we left? Sorry, just
down of Lonelywood a bit more.
I'm happy to go into Lonelywood straight away, and we can swing through Lonelywood on the way back. If everyone else is cool with that.
Yeah. So we were.
Okay.
We're thinking about like trying to pick up on the rumors and stuff. See if we could locate that piratey ship. Potentially.
Nice, that sort of thing.
Yeah, on the sea of moving light and all that. But if we are going into Lonelywood, that's fine.
Let's do it on the way back if that's okay. While we're in Lonelywood already. Sorry.
All right.
And no, the Slard did not get dealt with. The Slard is still very much in his chest. Oyuman Nartok needs a special piece of scrimshaw from the Dragon's Hoard.
Somewhere in the spine of the world, there's a Dragon's Lair. Well, actually, we don't know where it is. Don't know why I thought that. We could find out where the Dragon's Lair is. Yeah.
Did he manage to at least slow it down so we've got time to get it, or no?
No, but he told me I have 40 days. Actually, now 39 days.
Okay, right. Well, at least I've got a clock, I guess.
He did use the word about. I think he said more or less, which is a nice thing.
14 days. Yeah.
14 days, four 10-day weeks.
Mm-hmm.
Well, if we just before we go into the Lonelywood, how deep is the Lonelywood? How across, like in terms of with that distance thing?
Well, yeah, just use your distance thing.
Yeah, I just don't know which one it is.
About 4 miles wide. There we go.
Yeah, around about 4 miles wide. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, Mullamark, when we first enter into the wood, he gathers everyone around, makes a bonfire, and he creates this big, elaborate tea ceremony, which is his ritual for where is it? Locate animals or plants. He's going to do a ritual casting of it. No, it's very silent and solemn and that sort of thing, and he gathers pinches of fluff and dust and dirt and all that sort of thing, and then he sort of has this big sip of this tea that he makes out of all this bracken and bark and with the snow and that sort of thing, and he's doing a ritual casting of locate animals, plants.
Okay, can you bring up that?
Describing, he needs to name or describe a specific kind of beast. So, a bright white moose, the moose, and sort of concentrating on the voice of nature, you learn the direction and distance to the closest creature or plant of that kind within 5 miles if they are present.
Okay, that's nicely done.
That is nicely done. So describe or name specifics.
Peaceful.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's peaceful, and he's saying the bright white moose, and he understands that the moose might not be in its right mind, so sort of imagines sort of his energy or his aura or his state of mind that he might be, and sort of casts it out and sort of tries to tap into this forest. It's the most life he's ever been around, with this wood, trying to sense it through the trees and through the frost and through the snow.
Okay, so nice idea, by the way. Good use of the spell. And so as you're concentrating on nature, you feel the winds start to change. And the winds are very much pointing in a northern eastern direction.
Okay.
And I'm not sure how nature would describe distance, but you figure it's about 2.5 miles. So more or less in the center of the forest in the northeast direction.
Cool. I passed that on to Tarvin, because are you a woodsman sort of ranger, or are you a mountainy ranger?
Mountainy ranger, but still, I still have
a
some.
ranger.
So yeah.
So he sort of looks up after about 10 minutes of sort of silence and that sort of thing, and looks up to Tarvin and mentions it's in the centre. You need to go. And points in the direction. It's roughly 2.5 miles from here.
Yeah, and it's more or less like a bing, and then it fades. Not like it constantly locks on it. It gives you an approximate direction and a distance, so you have a good idea which way to go. So I think how we'll do that. As you start searching through the forest, heading in a northeastern direction. I'm going to have one person only, make me a survival check to see if you can pick up on some traits. And because of the locate animals spell, this can be done at advantage.
Okay.
I'm +3 on survival. How are you, Tarvin?
I'm +4. Someone's got
+6.
better than me. There you go.
I'm +6. Yeah.
Yeah.
Malamak. So I'm happy to do that. Yeah.
Could someone remind me why we're hunting this moose? Are we going to kill it or attempt to reason with it?
It has been harassing and attacking the woodsman,
Yeah.
which is preventing Lonelywood from exporting wood and gathering food. So we're investigating what's going on with it. We don't necessarily have to kill it if there's some peaceful solution to this.
It would be like...
Yeah, we're going to get 2 health potions out of it, but also Malamak feels very strongly that it's been, the nature of this beast has been tipped over the edge, so he kind of wants to help it if he can.
What if it's been infected by those spores that we found at the...
Well, then he'll put it down like he put down the others.
I'm just saying, spitballing could be what's going on. All right, let's go. Tally ho.
Speak with animals, or was that Shijai?
I actually, because we talked about our mission before the night, I actually swapped out for speak with animals as well overnight as well. So I made sure to have that for this specific mission. Anyway, survival at advantage.
Mm-hmm. Oh, very good. And one minor note as well. Not only has it been harassing woodsmen, it's been killing woodsmen. So,
exactly.
Literally killing people. Okay.
Drawn out of its hoof.
Roll me a d6 if you'd be so kind, Malamak.
Okay, d6. That is a 6.
A 6?
Come through? Oh, yeah.
Okay, you pick up some tracks heading vaguely in the direction of the ping, and they're definitely moose tracks, and you follow them for a little bit, vaguely in that direction, and you eventually come across a moose. Fortunately, it is not a white moose.
Did you say fortunately?
Fortunately, unfortunately, however you want to look at it, but it's not a white moose. It's a normal brown moose. Do you do anything?
Was it the giant moose that we were looking for? Giant white moose? Are we looking for traits?
A large white moose.
Oh, it's the large one. Okay, my bad.
Was it? Oh, that's what I remember. Sorry.
Yeah, it's a.
Or Malamak.
It's a normal. Off you go.
Go, Malcolm. I was going to say, Malamak, if you wanted to talk to this particular moose, feel free to.
I think you've got to be the find the moose to be the moose or something. Oh no. Okay, so I'm going to cast speak with animals to him.
How many times can you cast it?
I've got 4 times, but it also impacts my healing. But I think we can do it at least once here and once more.
Okay.
And if
All
need
right.
be, I can also do it as a ritual, but it takes 10 minutes. Do you want me to take 10 minutes on it? Oh, can I look at the moose and see if it's feeling skittish?
Should we hear what Malcolm has to say first?
Yeah.
I can't remember what I had to say. In terms of the size of the moose, according to the hunters, it's a normal size moose, and mooses are huge creatures to start with. So it's a normal size moose, but bigger than a horse. Okay, and you're casting Speak with Animals. You're doing that as a ritual.
If he's seen if it's skittish, if it's not skittish, then
Oh yeah, cool.
cast it as a ritual.
So make an animal handling check to see if it's skittish.
Animal handling +4. 18.
You get the impression that the moose is a little bit skittish because it sees these 5 groups of adventurers approaching towards it. So it is skittish, but it kind of balance. You think that it's skittish because you were there.
Yeah. So if we, so I'm going to cast it as a normal
Maybe-
casting, I think.
Maybe
Okay.
So-
Malamuth, go forward while the rest of us hang back, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah, well, yeah. If I could calm it somehow, with the others retreating, and just sort of sit quietly, head bowed, not making eye contact with it, and that sort of thing, and then
Okay.
take that 10 minutes of quiet contemplation to do it in that manner
Okay.
before I speak with it.
Okay, so everybody else backs off. Carl, you sit down and cast the Speak with Animals spell.
I think that's a moose sound. And I say, hello.
What do you have for lunch?
Hello.
I was thinking about that first thing that popped in my head. So what do you do? No,
Married, kids.
we mean you no harm. Please,
Well, that's a nice
calm.
change.
be calm and talk with me for a while.
Okay.
We've heard that one of your kind is not acting particularly well.
What do
That's
you mean not particularly well?
we've heard that he's been attacking and killing members of the humans.
the two legs.
You,
Who they?
well, if you're talking about the 2-legged creatures who come into our forest, cut down the trees, and hunt down the moose. That's what you're talking about? The moose is killing the moose killers? Is that how I understand it?
He's not. He's doing more than that, though. He's hunting them down. He's
Do you know-
stalking them out.
Do you know how many friends I've lost that have been hunted by humans?
Well,
Seems to me he's just settling the score.
But there is a balance in nature.
Yeah,
You
and it's
entomb
out
Banshee.
of balance. You kill us. Seems to me as if the balance of nature is being rebalanced.
Does not the wolf kill you as well and eat you? But then the wolf in turn passes away.
The humans kill us, and then they kill us again, and then they kill us again. Sometimes they just leave the carcasses in the woods. At least the wolves have the common decency to eat us sometimes.
So these humans are not eating you?
Sometimes.
They're leaving the carcasses behind.
Well, sometimes they just take the horns.
Well, see, I find that very grave. and upsetting too.
So you talk about balance. It seems to me this white moose is redressing this balance.
Mm. Well, I feel I may need to talk with this white moose then, and hear his story, and see if there is something more that I can do to redress the balance from your side.
Oh, okay.
Do you know where I can find him?
Yeah, he's in the woods.
Have you heard of him?
I've seen him.
And what do you think of him?
Once again, hunters kill lots of moose. It is nice to see moose killing lots of hunters now.
Well, I wish to fare thee well. Thank you for your time.
Moose nods and goes back to grazing.
And I pass on my concerns with everyone, that perhaps Lonelywood are not being so ecological, using the whole moose tip to tail.
I've been approached this Malamak and with his bow out and said, "Do you want me to kill him?"
Not this one, Lair.
Okay.
We've had so much cookies I couldn't fit in a little bit of moose. But he is, Malamak's definitely troubled that they're just hunting for the trophies, not for survival. His understanding of it, is that, and as far as he accepts it, is that we consume it all, but we have to fulfill our part in terms of that balance, not just for sport or fun or for trophies.
Did the other moose say that we were hunting for the trophies?
No, that the hunters themselves, the ones who were being killed, were actually just leaving the bodies, just taking the horns and leaving the bodies and that sort of thing. So.
And this weather, man, they're gonna be taken down.
I know what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's if this is a trustworthy moose. This might be a moose rogue.
I don't know. Yeah, you're the one that talked to him in moose language.
I know. I trust them. I trust him completely in that terms.
Friend of the moose.
Now, and Malamak says this out loud. I want to talk with this white moose to hear what he has to say. He might not be crazy. He might be.
Sorry.
Could I ask him, Scar?
Did you ask him what more than one moose is called? What they call themselves?
No, he's still there though. I can go back and ask him.
It's moose.
Sorry to bother you again, but
Yes.
Yes.
what should I call you?
I don't have a name. I'm just a moose.
Thank you. Yeah, no, Scar, he doesn't have a name.
Sounds like they see this white moose, or at least this one, as somewhat of a protector of their kind.
And he could well
An
be.
avenger. Yeah, could be a
He
protector
could well
of the
be.
forest.
Yeah.
Sounds like he's a
I
loner
mean,
too.
how often do we see white moose, right?
They exist, but they're very rare.
What if the colour has something to do with, winter and frostmate?
Could well be. I think we should venture further into this forest and see. The answer, I think, will come.
You want to lead the way then?
Sounds like they don't take kindly to humans.
None of us are human.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Two-leggers.
We've got elves, maybe make sure your ears are on display.
Yeah.
Cal,
I also think
about the Morning Lord. Did this moose have something to do with the Morning Lord, Cal? I don't remember.
Is it reasonable to fear that the moose might ambush us?
What was that, Cal?
It was a chance for another conversion.
Yeah. There is no way. I'm not going to be your mouthpiece for your god.
So be it.
Yeah,
Are we gonna
I love
stealth?
the boon that he's given us, but I am much more of a nature man.
Are we going to stealth or not
I think
necessary?
We should move through. We should move through with great reverence. I think it's too early to be talking about trapping.
I think this moose doesn't ambush us from, drops down from a tree.
I will, if he does, I will talk to him immediately. And
Nightmare fuel.
Yeah.
Move.
Yeah, let's go.
Are the trees close by enough that we could say climb them and jump from branch to branch?
You could definitely try. It's possible. It's quite a dense forest.
I would like to try that, just so we've got a high perspective as well. Viewpoint.
Okay,
Nice.
make
Will stay on the ground.
make an acrobatics check for me, Bugsy.
Crit.
Ah,
Tarzan.
wow. Okay, so
Don't watch out for that, Drew.
so Bugsy, yeah, you're leaping from tree to tree, keeping an eye out. I don't want to say you're communicating the terrain ahead, giving effectively Malamak assistance on this.
I'll give Meliamak assistance. I'll use my Psy Crystal to communicate.
Oh, yeah.
Ah.
Myself away.
Even better. So with the locate animal, with Bugsy telepathically providing insight, you can make me another survival check at advantage, and the DC is going to be lower because of Bugsy helping as well. You guys have got this tracking thing down. So a 20. So you continue towards the direction of the ping. Make me a perception check, if you'd be so kind, Bugs.
14.
Okay, let me just check something. Okay, so you're bouncing along from tree to tree, keeping an eye out for things. And as you progress through the forest, I'll put you up there. You're keeping an eye out. The trees are not quite so dense here. And you hear something, but before you can yell out a warning, I'm going to roll an oddly sided D5 side here. And Tarvin, as you're walking along, you hear an arrow seemingly come out of nowhere, pulls back, whoosh, and let's see if that hits you.
See.
Armed. Guys. Run.
Okay, so this arrow, as I said, shoots out from the side, goes straight at you, and rolls a 19 Malamak. So, boof! It sinks into you, and you let out a little yelp, I imagine. And oddly...
Tarvin or Melamak?
Oh, sorry. Tarvin. Don't know what I said, but I meant Tarvin. So the arrow comes shooting out of you, and it hits you. The weird thing, though, is the impact of the arrow piercing you doesn't really hurt that much, but then this rotting energy erupts over your chest, and you take 15 points of necrotic damage. Not piercing. 1-5, yeah. 15 points of necrotics, and it hits him right in the chest, but the slide kind of slithers away around and takes no damage from it whatsoever. So I assume you guys would want to roll initiative, so roll into initiative for me.
No tokens, yeah.
Oh, I haven't dragged you to the map. Sorry, I haven't dragged you across to the map. There is the map. And you notice, Bugsy, you're up in that tree there. So that's where you are.
Which way were we walking? Were we walking to the north?
To the north. Yep, and this direction here.
I should be up here.
Yeah, feel free to reshuffle your tokens if.
I was in the lead.
Oh, sorry,
Okay.
I rolled an 18, but I forgot to click my
Yeah, I'm sorting it out for you, bud.
Oh, there we go.
Oh, Shajar is not there.
I got 2 crits in a
What you
row.
got?
I'm worried.
Bugsy.
Soon.
No. It's just only crits today, Bugsy. Only crits.
This is for Eddie. This one's for Eddie.
Okay, Bugsy, make me another perception check. As you're in the initiative order here, make me another perception check. So you see this arrow. You're not entirely sure. It's somewhere from the north. Could be northeast, could be northwest, could be straight north. You're not quite sure.
Okay. So I know it's northwards.
Yep, but that's all you know.
Yeah, I'm thinking I might do Misty Step to the tree ahead of me up over here.
Sure.
Just checking how far it is, sorry. So I can sort of stealth in that tree there. And prepare an action when I see a bit more where it's coming from.
So you bounce over with Misty Step, just whoosh, go across to the other side. So that's your bonus action. Your action is you're going to try and stealth in that tree as well?
Yeah, I mean, I imagine I'm already stealthed because I Misty Stepped.
We'll make a stealth check anyway.
Okay, stealth.
Okay, 22, noted.
Yep,
Just-
and I will prepare my arrows for when I see the creature, whatever it may be.
Okay. So plot a bit of blue dot on you. So in the tree, you're not entirely sure where this thing is, but you're crouching down, hiding quite well. Cal, what do you do?
I think I'm going to run for a bit of cover underneath the tree over here. So that will be my move to that.
Mm-hmm.
And I will prepare a hand axe since I don't see anything either.
Okay, so preparing an action. If you see something to hit, you will try and hit it with your hand axe. So you're going to throw the hand axe at distance. Okay. Tarvin, as you're standing there, still not quite ready to react, another arrow comes out of nowhere, flies across the forest, and this time, it just thunks into the tree. Thunks into the snow, so right in front of you. So this one missed. And the extra odd thing is this arrow lands, does some damage to the ground, and then kind of dissipates in a whiff of air. Much like the one that hits you in the chest. So it did hit you, did damage, and then poof, disappeared away.
With the second arrow, do we get a better idea of where it came from?
That will depend on your perception checks. So once it gets to you, we can sort that out.
Okay.
Mullabuck!
That's Scar got an 18. The order's just a little bit out.
Oh, sorry. So we had Bugs. Oh, yeah. I missed you there. Scar, you're up.
What's the horn?
Scar, notice. It's a perception test for Scar, yeah? Just want to see.
Yep, perception check. The difficulty class will be less because we've seen that the arrow. You don't know, Scar. Somewhere to the north.
Well, it's Tarvin getting picked on, so Scar's going to generally run in this direction. 5, 10, 15, 20. He's going to go 25 to stay under a tree, stay in cover. 25, 30, I mean, to get into that cover, I assume.
Mm-hmm.
And then he's going to cast Shield.
Shield. Okay, cool. So that's concentration. And your shield goes up. Yeah, so Shield of Faith goes up. Little, I don't know if it's an actual shield or a shimmering force around you, but you feel the Morning Lord's protecting you just a little better. So +2 to AC. And you're taking cover under there. So a little bit of cover from the trees. That's good. Okay, Shield of Faith is in action. Now, Malamak.
Excuse me. Can he roll a perception check as well to see where those 2 arrows have come from?
Certainly can.
32.
Northwest.
Wasn't
Northwest. So this
Yep.
way.
Yeah, over that way in some direction. Yep.
He's going to. I think what he's going to do. Not a lot that he can do because he's fighting from a distance. What Mullimark's going to do is he's actually going to shout out and shout out, "Who is this who's shooting upon us? Stop it! We're just passing through, but your attacks make us a threat. Please do not antagonize us further." And and he shouts that out into the air, and then he's going to take some cover. He'll probably just go in behind the tree here, behind Bugsy a little bit.
Okay.
Not actually go underneath.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
So-
That's it. And yeah, he's not going to appear in action.
Okay, so you shout out, but no answer. Just the wind howling around. Is it no response from your yelling? Okay, Tarvin, feeling like a little bit of a pincushion. What do you do?
Still hanging in there. Necrotic damage, so
Yep,
what exactly does that mean?
it's like rotting damage.
Sorry, you cut out there.
It's like a rotting damage, like your flesh starts to rot around where the spot where this arrow entered you. So like rotting flesh would be a way to describe the necrotic damage.
Oh boy.
Undead like damage.
Yeah, undead would often use necrotic type damage.
Right, okay.
Also told the group where the arrow came from, by the way.
Yeah. Okay, so no need for me to do a perception check. 5, 10, 20. Okay, I'm going to run to this tree, this dense tree, and hide behind here, knowing that the arrows are coming from over there. I am going to partially lean out with my bow and arrow cocked and loaded, and ready in action. And I will look for where the next arrow comes, and then
Okay.
accordingly.
So ducking behind the tree, getting a little bit of cover from there. Excellent. Holding, getting your bow ready. Bugs. Your prepared action does not go off. You still don't see it.
Yeah, I'm gonna try do perception again to see if I can see them over there now that we know the direction.
Okay. Perception check.
Yeah, not great.
Yep.
I will just prepare my action again, I guess.
Okay. Hanging up the tree.
I've got more of a targeted area to look at.
Yeah, so more in the northwest direction. Okay. Cal. Same with you.
Alright. I'm going to head to 25. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Over to this tree. And not that I'm the most perceptive, I will see if I can see anything.
Okay. Yeah, somewhere in the northwest. Seems to be there hiding quite well.
Yep.
Okay. That would be your action, trying to spot where they are, I'll say.
Yep.
Oh, you can still prepare an action, actually. Prepare an action?
Yep, well, I've only got my little hand axe handy.
Sure. Scar.
I can't see them. Right. Scar calls out, "I'm coming out. Hold fire. We wish to parley."
Okay.
And he keeps his shield down by his side, but he's still got his shield spell up. If that makes sense.
Yeah. You can have, like, yeah, you got the shield of the Morning Lord protecting you, plus an actual metal sword. So, yeah, no problem.
And
And
he will.
Mhm.
He'll move into the open 5, 10, 15, 20. He's not keen to parley with these guys. I've got to be honest, they're using necrotic damage. He'll stand there. Do you wish to parley?
Hey, no response. Your voice is just carried by the wind.
Guy shits himself. Okay.
Okay, I'll take that as a free action. You can shit yourself anytime you like. Okay, as you're all standing there in a nice little group, you see this creature just come screaming towards you. And before you can even get your shots off, I need everybody to make me a wisdom saving throw, please. And I'll explain exactly what's happening. Cal, no! Malamak, yes! So, Cal, you are frightened. Malamak, you find Tarvin, you are frightened.
Oh no.
Scar, you're good. And Bugs, I don't think we've seen your save, Bugs. Wisdom saving throw.
Rolled, it was 6.
Oh, it was 6. I didn't see that, but that's fine. You are also terrified. So what you see emerging from the northwest is this. It looks like an elf of sorts, but it is just coming out. And actually, just when she appears, it looks like a spectral elf, but not much more from that. But then her face twists, her eyes recede, her flesh starts. You can see the skull inside of your face, and it's absolutely terrified. Cal, Tarvin, and Bugs, this is just horrible. So those 3 people, attacks at disadvantage, and you kind of voluntarily move closer to the creature. But Bugs, Cal, and Tarvin, you may take your shots. They will be at disadvantage, though, as you're terrified of this creature.
Malcolm, if undead are my favourite enemy, do I still get frightened?
Can you bring up that ability? This is your ranger thing, obviously.
Yeah, it doesn't say anything really. I don't.
I just realized
Listen.
my disadvantage should probably hit, but because I'm still hidden, should I get sneak attack?
No, because you have a disadvantage on your roll, and any type you have a disadvantage, it negates the sneak attack damage. So no sneak attack damage, unfortunately.
Okay.
Maybe not. Just says I know a lot about them. Essentially.
6.
Okay, so let's deal with this first. So Bugs, you do get your shot off. You take your arrow out from the hiding. You take a little shot, and it sinks into this body of this creature. Okay. I'll tell you what we'll do, Tarvin. Why don't you make your wisdom saving throw at advantage? So roll again, and I think that's a fair ruling. I think at advantage, you can still be scared from them, and unfortunately, you know just enough about them to be scared of them. So very good.
That's enough of that. Yeah.
But you do see Bugs take a shot, do a little bit of damage on this creature. Cal, Tarvin.
Well, I threw my axe a 10, so I'm guessing that's not hit. So
I
axe
see
off
that.
the distance.
Yeah, I didn't see your extra. Oh, there's the extra. Yes, at disadvantage is a 10. So yeah, whoop, you throw and it just hurtles off down the corner. And finally, Tarvin, what are you doing?
Well, I will try my bow, I guess, but I'll use that ability that gives me 2 attacks and plus a 1d8 damage if I hit.
Doesn't the Gloom Stalker is for creatures who haven't already taken an attack or a turn? Is that right? Have I got that right?
No, just my first attack. If in my first turn of the round.
Okay.
But it's not though. It's not the first turn because we've been in initiative for a while. Okay. That's how I read it, right?
Yep, that's what I'm thinking too. But you can still take a disadvantage shot with your arrow.
And I shall do so. Okay.
16. So, despite your shaking hand, you take a shot at the Banshee. Arrow flies across, sinks into deep. Roll damage.
Like that. Scary lady.
She doesn't seem overly bothered by it. You'd think arrows sinking into anything's body would call out a scream of pain, but this creature does not scream in pain. But however, she does let out this horrible moan, just screaming. And I need everybody to please make me a Constitution saving throw. Constitution saving throw.
I don't have the best luck with ghosts. Man, can I not do one good roll tonight? Man.
As this horrible well just goes all around the place, Scar, you hold your head, but you can't seem to handle it, and you drop to the ground, and you're on 0 hit points. You're not dying, but you are on 0 hit points. Same with you, Tarvin, holding your hands to your ears. A scream is unbelievable. You fall to the ground on 0 hit points. Bugsy, or Bugs, same with you. You hear this horrible wail. You scream. Weirdly enough, I was just listening to Celine Dion, just as a funny thing I did with my wife. But anyway, Bugsy. I'm going to leave that to luck. Roll me a d6, and you want a 1, 2, or 3 to succeed. Roll me a d6. You want a 1, 2, or 3 to succeed. Okay, so you kind of fall into the tree, and you're just lucky. You just get tied up in the tree, so you don't take any falling damage, which would be good because that'd be a failed death saving throw. But keep in mind, those 3 people, you're at 0 hit points, but you are not dying. But the rest of you just see Tarvin, Cal, those 3 people, Tarvin, Bugs, and Scar, just boom, fall to the ground. Malamak, you definitely see this creature. You're stirring stuff. You avoided this horrible wailing sound, but you see 3 of your friends. Doc, doc, doc. You have plain sight of this creature now. What do you do?
He's going to 1, 2, 3. He's actually going to get him behind Scar. 1, 2, 3, 4, and he's going to cast heal on Scar. I think we need a paladin for this old doozy what's it, so he's going to cast cure wounds on him at first level.
Okay, nice. Woo, nice throw.
Oh, cool. No, I cast it at a first level. Sorry, I meant that as a first level. Sorry, I hit the wrong one.
Just roll again.
Nice roll. Yeah, so it's pretty much the same.
Nice.
Yeah,
so 12 hit points.
From the first. Yeah, cool.
That's nice. So that's your action.
And then I'm going to back off 1, 2, back around here on the side of Cow.
Okay. So Scar, consciousness returns to you when you're on 12 hit points. Unfortunately, because of your going down, your concentration on your shield goes. You don't have the shield spell active anymore.
They lose their 10 hit points as well?
Yeah. Everything.
Yeah, I already lost that too. Yeah.
Okay.
You would.
We get it every morning. We get it 10
You
hit
do.
points every morning. Is that right?
I got hit by an arrow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But Bugs, Tarvin, and Scar, you've lost your temporary hit points as well. It's 0 across the board. So Malabak, you reach up, touch Scar, and Scar, you're on the 12 hit points. Tarvin, you can stay on the ground there, my friend. Bugs, you can stay tied up in the tree there. Yep, but you're not falling. That's good. Cal, it's like it's up to you and Malamak. And now Scar, what do? You're still terrified of this creature.
Yep. Ooh.
So you can't move towards it.
I have a second hand axe.
Mm-hmm.
So I have 2 of those, so I could attempt another ranged attack at disadvantage. That would be correct.
Of course, yeah.
Alright, we'll give that a crack then.
Bring back the axe. Hurl it across. And 13. Despite your terrified state, you do actually manage to hit with that 13.
Oh, well, go good then.
So roll damage.
Likes a bit of slashing damage.
And actually, yeah, your hand axe gets a little bit of purchase on her. It's not doing as much damage as you'd hope. It kind of passes through a little bit and sways off to the. Just doesn't do as much damage as you're expecting. Hey, do you stay there, Cal?
Well, I can't move closer, and I can kind of move behind this tree part here, under where Bugs is, in case Bugs falls out of the tree, or is Bugs actually falling out of the tree yet?
She's in the tree, and she's kind of tied up in the branches.
Okay. Right, well, I think I'm sort of out of direct line of sight, would you say, behind the trunk of this tree? That's what I'm aiming for.
You get cover from there, so this thing tries to take a shot at you. There'll be some penalties. So there is cover.
Okay.
It's not full cover, but it is cover. Okay, Cal, and make me another wisdom saving throw to see if you can get off this frightened condition. This is terrifying. With your buddies falling down, it's just too much. Scar, you're on the ground. You're conscious.
Okay. He's gonna have to heal himself up some more first, I think. So he's gonna punch 18 hit points into himself.
Okay, that's cool. So the Morning Lord's helping you out again.
And then he's gonna. Sorry, I thought there was somebody else before me.
You're still on the ground. Do you want to stand up?
Yeah. Well, of course, he's gonna stand up, get his shield out in front of him.
Okay, now, if you want to move, you can move 15 feet, because it takes half your movement to stand up.
Okay, well, we better get in there, get in their face. And as a bonus action, I think he can do add to an enemy. I think he can do what's the other channel divinity thing he can do? Sorry.
That's right.
There's a channel divinity thing. Features and traits. Maybe it's under features and traits.
It's definitely under features and traits.
Vow of Enmity. As a bonus action, you can choose a creature you can see within 10 feet of you and gain get out of my way. Clear all.
So the creature must make a saving throw unless it's immune to being frightened. Okay, so you're going to cast your channel divinity. For your Vow of Enmity.
Vow of Enmity. An advantage on attack rolls, and creature usually looking. Also, I just gain advantage on attack rolls.
Okay, and fiends and undead have disadvantage. So you do your channel divinity, get your Vow of Enmity on this creature. It doesn't seem to have an effect. It seems this thing. But unless it's immune to being frightened.
Oh, is Vow of Enmity a frightened thing?
Yeah, that creature must make a wisdom saving throw unless it is immune to being frightened. And this particular creature is immune to being frightened. It's unscarable. Yeah. So it would normally work against undead, but this particular type of undead is immune to the frightened condition. So unfortunately, it doesn't work.
Okay. That abjure enemy, not Vow of Enmity. They're different.
So
Vow
sorry.
on himself.
Yeah, he's just cast it on.
So you're casting abjure enemy.
Vow of Enmity.
As a bonus, you're right. Take it all back. You have advantage on this creature. No saving throws. Okay, perfect, yeah. Vow of Enmity does work. The Morning Lord is working for you. The DM, not so much, because you got the rule wrong. But the Morning Lord is on your side.
And Scar calls out, guys, don't do fear effect stuff. No, he doesn't say it.
Okay.
Won't do fear effect stuff if she doesn't do fear. If he doesn't do fear effect stuff, right?
I
Deal.
think it's a she. He.
So she's-
Man, I've read X-Men.
So she has this bow, and she kind of just holding the bow in one hand, and with the other hand she reaches towards you, Scar, and tries to just rake you off the feet, rake straight across the face, and she's screaming and wailing as she does. It's not making any sense whatsoever, but she rakes you across the face. But maybe because you did the vow of enmity thing, you dodged just slightly, and the raking thing misses your face completely. So you just dodge out the way.
You have to do an enemy first. She thought, oh, I'm enemy, and then I was like, that's like.
There we go. Perfect. Okay, Malamak. Malamak's up. Yep.
Yeah. How high up in the tree is Bugs? Like, is he?
I'm say 20 feet up.
All right. I think then he's going to head over to Tarvin. Sorry, Bugs. So 1, 2, 3. Head over to Tarvin and cast Cure Wounds as a festival spell.
Okay.
Tarvin.
Nice. Some more healing energy flows into Tarvin.
The slide. No, the slide's getting this too, bastard. And then he comes and hides again over here.
Okay. I'm going to say, Tarvin, given what just happened to you, and you have a fairly recent memory of it, you are still frightened of this thing. So the fact that you went unconscious doesn't really help you out with a frightened condition. But you're on the ground, and you're alive with 9 hit points. What do you do?
9 hit points. Moment.
I assume you stand up.
Yes, please. I'll stand up.
That's 15 feet of movement.
So, do we know what this thing is? Is it a ghost? We don't know what it is.
You don't know what it is.
Is there an intelligence check that we can roll for it? Is there
I can do
a
that.
mechanic? Is there a mechanic for finding out more?
History check.
I got, because it's my favourite enemy, I do get an advantage there. on
Sure.
Intelligence checks. Yeah, so I can do intelligence checks at advantage.
Okay.
Should I do that? Let's
Yeah,
do
yeah.
It's my turn,
Yeah.
so I'll
Yeah.
do that.
Just do that as a free action, effectively, since you'd inherently know what this thing is. And with a 17, you do know what it is. It's not technically a ghost, technically a Banshee. And what you know about Banshee is they're cursed creatures doomed to live countless lives. Like, you think if you kill this Banshee, the Banshee will re-arise not long afterwards and continue to do something before she can be rest. Before her death will be peaceful. But very much a cursed, doomed creature. And that's what you get for a 17.
Would I know what hurts it? No.
Normal weapons are not very effective against it. You really need magical weapons.
Or magic. Yeah.
Or magic, yeah, but I don't think any of you have a magical weapon.
Lele.
Shillelagh would do effective damage, but like hitting it with a sword, hitting it with an arrow is going to be half damage. It's because of its ethereal form.
Attitude a magical weapon? My manager said it was.
I'll bring that up with Karen. Okay, Tarvin, regardless, you're up.
Use a
Yep.
bonus action first. So Hunter's Mark.
Ooh, Hunter's Mark. Nice. Okay,
That
she,
should 1d6 of damage, I believe.
okay, she's
How long
pinged
does it
up
last for? After 1 hour. Okay.
1 hour. And as a bonus action, you can move it to other creatures. But you do
Oh,
label her with a Hunter's Mark.
okay. I will attempt to shoot it with my arrow. Still at disadvantage, I assume.
Yeah, still at disadvantage, yep.
Ah, rubbish.
That hits.
Oh, okay. So, plus a 1d6.
12. Well, that's a great roll. So the piercing damage doesn't quite do as much damage as you hoped. The arrow passes through it, takes a little bit of her form away, but your hunter's mark does do the full 3 points of damage. And she's letting out a wailing as this arrow pierces into her. Do you stay where you are, Tarvin?
Yes, so I'm behind the tree, am I? Or should I move to there?
No, both you'd be behind the tree.
Okay, I'll stay there.
All right, okay. Bugs, you're still tied up in the branches. Kel.
Wisdom throw, because he's still fighting.
Oh, yes, yes, you can. Tarvin, wisdom saving throw.
Of course. Yes, thank you.
And an 18. You are no longer frightened of this creature.
Whoop.
Okay, cool. Kel.
Oh, me. Oh, I'm still scared shitless, and I'm out of hand axes. I've thrown my 2 hand axes. So for me to do something, I would have to equip. I think I've got some daggers.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, well, getting a double bound. Who's got that on?
Hello. Let's see who it is. Is it Tarvin? 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Huh.
1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3.
It's gone.
1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Why am I still getting it?
Now
1,
that
2, 3, 1, 2, 3.
I think it's
Tarvin.
Yeah, I think it's Tarvin.
How could it be me? What do you mean?
Because when I talk, I get the echo on Tarvin's. Yeah.
Yeah.
Really?
Yep.
Echo.
Mm-hmm.
Have you got headphones on, mate?
Yep.
Strange.
Discord.
And no speakers. Yeah.
The echo's not too bad, but carry on.
I'll try restarting Discord because I can't hear Malcolm very well. He cuts in and out. Maybe that's my end.
Oh, I get that too.
Okay.
I'm cutting in and out?
Yeah, I'll try restarting Discord. So you guys continue. I'll come back in a second.
Okay, well, regardless, Kel, what do you do?
So do you think there's any assistance I can give to bugs, like perhaps disentangle bugs and get bugs down to the ground from where I am?
Oh, you explain to me what you want to do, and I'll tell you whether you can succeed at it. She's 20 feet up a tree.
Oh, she's 20 feet up the tree, so clearly that's not within my reach or anything there, because I thought she'd kind of fallen partially out of the tree.
No.
Oh, okay. Who did? I'm going to use the dodge action to make it harder for me to be hit. Maybe? Yeah, let's go and stay there. And
Okay.
be dodge leaving some so scared.
Okay, very good. So you do take the dodge action, you move a little bit and take the dodge. Yeah, we can hear you, Tarvin, so I'm not hearing an echo, so maybe this is good. Okay, Kel, as you take the dodge action, wanting to do this, can you make me another wisdom saving throw, please?
Yep, let's go for it. One. Go. Right.
Aye. Yes, you shake off the effects. As you plant your feet in the snow, getting ready to dodge, your new courage comes over you, and you are good. Scar, you finally get your chance. You're right in the face of this creature with the vow of enmity, and you can have advantage against this Banshee.
Oh gosh, which button was advantage? Was it tab button? No.
Shift.
Okay, whoops. Right, shift and what you got? Action. Shift. And let's go. Oh no, it just rolled one. 1, 2. Oh wow, they were both shit.
Yeah, you take a swing at her, but swing and a miss, unfortunately, doesn't connect.
Yeah. And that's what he will do. He will ready a curse for when she has got him.
Okay. I don't think we have an echo now. Somebody else say something.
Yeah, everything sounds good.
Yep.
Okay, cool.
Okay, yeah, that does sound better. Okay.
Marketing deals.
So as you see, the creature did have this kind of spectral longbow in one of her hands. She drops the longbow to the ground, and she starts just going nuts on your face. Claw scar with the claws just raking across your face. Not once, but twice. The first one you dodge under it, but the second one you take. It just rakes across your face, and you take 18 points of necrotic damage. Does that take you down? Oh, not quite.
No. Because I'd used 18 to heal myself up.
Yeah, plus my 12. Yeah.
Okay, so you're on 12, yeah. So she just rakes you, dodge your first one, but the second one just... Maybe it's going to leave another scar on scar. But that's her turn. Malamak.
I'm going to go up to here and cast healing word, which has a bonus action on bugs. So fire it up into the tree at bugs.
Yeah, that definitely works. Doesn't need the range. So. Healing word bugs.
7 healing bugsy, and then I'm going to go over here and throw a javelin because I can't cast a spell this round because I've just cast that as a bonus action. So
yep,
I'll throw a javelin at the old Banshee.
Yep, just a straight roll this time.
I'm just getting off my spell page for the first time in 4 weeks. Here we go. Week.
Yeah, that hits. Yep, roll damage.
4 piercing for 2, something less than 4 piercing.
Yes, the javelin doesn't get as much purchase as you hope, and most of it passes through this unholy creature, but it took some damage. But it's
and I'm going to just disappear behind here as well. Once more.
Okay, the creature takes the damage, but it seems to have a very visceral hatred of Scar, just continuing to rake on his face. But Malamak, the javelin does hit, and Tarvin, you are up.
Okay, I am now going to fire an arrow,
Okay.
but this time not at disadvantage.
Yep, straight roll. Yep, you're no longer frightened of this creature. So 19 definitely hits. His arrow flies across, hits, does some damage on her, but once again, most of the arrow passes through her. Not as much damage as you'd hoped. And she's almost ignoring the hits at this point, just a visceral hatred for Scar for some reason, just carving into him.
Did she get the 5 as well?
From the Manta's Mark. Shit. So she'll take the full 5 damage for that.
Munter's Mark.
Munter's Mark. Munter's Mark. Okay, very good.
Cleft palate, you can't pronounce it properly.
Bugs. You're back in business. You're kind of tangled up in a tree. Do you untangle yourself?
Yeah.
So that'll take half your movement. Probably won't matter terribly much. You're still terrified of this creature, though.
Yeah. I was just checking the rules around sneak attack.
Mm-hmm.
It says I don't need advantage, but that it negates disadvantage, so long as there's someone within 5 foot. So would it just mean that I am at normal?
Indicate this.
So it says if someone's within 5 foot of the enemy and isn't incapacitated, then you don't have disadvantage on the attack roll.
But if circumstances cause the roll to have both advantage and disadvantage, you can decide to have neither of them.
Where does it say that? Sorry, I'm just trying to find it.
So once you can deal as
I'm pretty sure for your overalls.
so, you have both advantage on attack roll against one the other. Oh yeah, sorry. Yes. the sneak attack that you'd get from your advantage doesn't work. So if Scar was over here, you wouldn't get sneak attack damage because you're relying on your advantage at disadvantage. But because Scar is there, you do get sneak attack damage.
Yeah. I
So-
thought so. Okay, cool.
Okay, cool.
No, that's all good. I was just checking if I could do that. What I was actually planning on doing though is doing a couple of us. So I will cast Bless on myself, Malimuck and Cal.
Yourself.
Okay, sorry, myself. What's Cal got on him?
He's dodging.
He's got dodging.
Oh, dodging. So myself, Malimuck, and Scar, because he can't cast it at the moment.
I'm just imagining him on the spot. Just ducking
I'm
and
going to
weaving.
say, because you're up in the trees, 20 feet up in the air, Scar's a little bit too far away, but you could bless Cal.
Oh, cool. Yeah, I'll do that then.
Okay, cool. So that's your action. You cast Bless. I'm not sure who Bugs worships, but Bless is cast. Yep. Okay, so cool. Bless is done,
Oh, I lost you.
and make me a Wisdom saving throw, Bugs.
I don't think my thing will add on to that.
Do you get advantage on that though because you're blessed?
Oh, you
No,
get
I
a
just get a D4.
you would get a D4. Yeah, I'm telling you.
The D4. That's right. Yeah. Sorry. That's right.
Yeah, so you could roll a D4, Bugs, but I'm telling you, 6.
Yeah,
That's
Yeah, yeah.
not going to help you. There we go, 3. So, not much better, but good to keep out for that. Kel, dodging. What do you
I
do?
was dodging before, but now I'm charging and chopping.
Okay.
So I'm going 1, 2, 3, right up to the creature. I'm now within range.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll do an attack followed by my bonus action, assuming that it doesn't die horribly the first time.
That hits. You are blessed, but a 15 will hit, so roll damage for that. Okay, so you carve into the creature with your battle axe, doing 11 damage or 6?
What, single-handed?
No, well, yeah, well, that works out well for you then. Once it-
One-handed seems to be better than that. Our health rule was always that if you rolled the 2 and the double-handed was less than the single, you took the best of the 2. But anyway, because I'm still got a shield, I will do my not second wind. What is it? The action surge to have a second attack.
Oh, nice. Okay, so swing away again.
Alright, where's the attack? Let's have another go. See if that was worthwhile.
No, I'm going to have to give you one of these, sorry.
Wah, wah.
But regardless, the first one, you do carve into it. Once again, your axe, you feel some purchase, like through the hilt of your axe as it goes through, but then it passes through the rest of it. It's a very odd sensation. But yeah, did damage, but the second one just fumbled, maybe terrified this creature. Scar, you have advantage once again with your vow of enmity, if that's the one that was. Yeah. So roll with advantage.
Hell scratched out of him. He's over his issues of hitting girls, and he's going to go hard out on him. Here we go. Wow.
15 does hit.
You're joking.
No?
Okay. Alright, of course he's going to smash it up with a, what do you call it? He's going to put some car into this.
Mighty.
With the smite, yeah.
Yeah, smite away. If you do it first level, it'll be an extra 3d8, because it is undead.
That's what he's doing. He's got 2 slots left, maybe, because I think if he gets hit again, he's going to go down. So he's going to use his last 2 slots and jam it up for a 48. Is that what it would take it to?
You're casting it at second level?
Yeah,
Yep, that would be 48.
yeah, because if he gets hit, he's going down. So he might as well use what he's got. 2 slots. So that is his longsword first, which does that much damage. 4, just the 8 points of damage, and then of course the 48. I'll just do it through here. 15 plus whatever the other one was, 18, 19, 23.
Okay, nice. So charging up your sword with a divine smite, you strike the thing with a crack. Your piercing damage or your slashing damage does quite a bit. Then your divine smite comes in, and you just carve into this creature, but it still stands.
Okay, well, he'll do a move as well. He'll stay next to the creature the whole time and see if he can, if anybody needs somebody's behind her bonus, then I'm there, behind her.
Okay, but your divine smite does a whole lot of damage, and the creature just swivels exactly where it is, looks you in the eye, and begins slashing, taking 2 slashes at your face.
Let's go. It's
Once. The first one, she racks across your face and it hits, does 13 points of damage. Scar instantly falls to the ground. And worse than that, she takes a second shot at you, Scar, digging her claws into your prone body, and she rakes across, and you have failed 2 death saving throws. So if it comes back to your turn again, Scar, if nobody's healed you or anything, you're at a 50-50 chance of dying. Assume this Banshee doesn't continue to wail on you. Malamak.
Yeah.
So you see Scar just collapse and the Banshee just ripping at him as he's lying prone.
I know, like, yeah, for me, Malamak, he just has to heal him because the only other healer is Scar. So what Malamak's going to do, can I walk underneath the tree? That's not blocking me, is it?
Yep, no, you can walk under the tree.
So maybe it's his half-orcish nature or something like that, but he's going to go forwards 1, 2, 3, 4. Cast bonus, actually, he's going to have to... Oh no, he can get to there. No, because he wants to take a swing at this thing as well. No, he's going to cast Healing Word as a bonus action.
Okay.
On Mr. Man, he's like, ugh, and then he's just going to take a swing at him with the stick because he can't imbue it with any magic, so it's quarterstaff.
Yep.
And so here we go. Ugh.
Oh, the quarterstaff collects, just bashes this thing on the side of the head. Roll damage.
And I'm doing it single-handedly, which is the lower one, so it's that one. So 8.
So seeing your buddy go down, you swing with a holy might, and you crush this creature beneath you, and you see her form just poof, disappears.
Malamak is absolutely like there's a red rage in him. Like he's more orc than half orc right now. Just really annoyed. He's like, oh my spells! And then he's like, and then he starts calmly breathing. Yay!
All right.
Was the Banshee in moose form?
No. No, it was not.
Did Scar get 6 healing points? Is that correct?
Yeah, he got 6. Yeah.
Cool, thanks. He was about to embrace the Morning Lord and everything was cool, and then he woke up to Malamuk.
Paradise denied.
Harbin's going to cast Cure Wounds on himself.
Okay.
Oh. Should we look for a place to take a short rest? Because I can get a couple of my spells back, and we can get some decent healing from that as well.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Yeah.
I think we need to take a short rest. In the knowledge of a Banshee, will we know that it will take like 24 hours for it to come back, or 20 minutes, or...
I can do an intelligence check at advantage, surely.
What say you, Tarvin?
Yeah.
Yep.
I did one before, didn't I? I
Yep.
haven't already done one? Yeah.
You got some knowledge.
I'll say that because of your previous knowledge, about 24 hours.
Right, cool. So, I think we
What's the
need
time
to.
of day now? Oh, sorry.
It's about noon.
It's halfway. Yeah, cool. So let's just guard, keep an eye out, and take a short rest. I think.
Okay, if you like Tarvin, considering the short rest is coming, you can not cast their cure wounds. It's up to you.
So I don't get that spell back, right, with a short rest.
No, I'm saying because you're taking a short rest, you're going to take some healing anyway. So if you want to maintain that spell slot for cure wounds, then you can maintain that spell slot. Does that make sense?
I'll take it back, yeah. So I was
Okay.
on 9. Okay.
Okay. So short rest away. You successfully take a short rest.
Cool. Malamak gets 2 of his spells back.
Okay.
His first level spell.
Ooh, nice.
So just to confirm, you get spell slots back after a long rest only, right?
Yes, but
Rangers
because
do. But there's those hit dice that you can roll for with a short rest, so you can rest and sort of heal up, bandage yourself up, and that sort of thing.
Yeah, I only got a 6. So I was better off with the cure
You
wounds,
can
but
roll
that's
as
right.
many as you want, though. You choose how
to your
many you
level.
want to roll.
up to 4. Up to 4.
Up to 4 for the
Four.
day.
And
Yep.
choose the best one.
Oh, you just roll it 4 times.
Oh, that's
You can roll
pretty
it
good.
4 times. Yeah, up to 4 times. But if we have another short rest, you don't get that. You know, like, so if you use all 4 now, then you don't get it later. But you may as well use it if your hit points are down anyway.
Use it twice, right? There you go.
Yep. And like if you use 2 or 4, when you take a long rest, one of those short rest things will come back. That's 40-10 plus your constitution modifier, Scar. So that would be
It's Constitution's 19,
16
so +4.
plus 40. It's plus 4 on each roll. So you get 40 hit points back. So you're at maximum, I imagine.
Yodi.
Okay.
Oh, another one. That's excellent.
Okay, oh, well, there we go. Looking at your hit dice, you're all looking pretty healthy. Let me see if I can deal with that. So you take your rest, bandage up your wounds after this fairly horrible encounter, and I'm going to say Malamak again. As you're taking this rest, you notice another creature approaching. And let me just... This one at least isn't...
While we're walking, can I suggest that sorry, I don't mean to interrupt, but
That's right.
that Malamuk does 10, 20 feet ahead of us, like, because he is the one who can communicate with this thing. If it's a it's a bear, I can see that now. Meaning if it was the moose, etc.
Bugsy can
that
also
would-
just communicate with anything.
True.
Oh, can you?
Yeah,
Telepathic?
I got my sky crystal, so it functions as telepathy, which means I can communicate with anything so long as it's got
As long as it has
some kind.
intelligence.
Yeah, and we can understand one another until they or I choose to disconnect the communication.
Professor
Oh.
X.
What you see, right at the end of your long rest, you see this brown bear. It looks as if it was searching for berries or something inside of it. It does look very skinny. It's almost emaciated. And it kind of looks at you. It's at a low growl and starts walking towards you.
Do you
Where
wanna
the
talk
moose
to it?
was.
Yeah, I can, yep, I'll communicate with it. I'll say, You look hungry, my friend. Is there something we can give you?
Let me just check your telepathy ability. Can you bring that up, Bugs?
Yeah, it's in the monster manual. It just uses telepathy.
As per the spell telepathy.
Yeah.
So I can look that
Creature
up.
within my range, 120 feet. We can understand one another. They can't initiate it. I have to.
And a willing creature of which you are familiar. The creature spell ends until you instantly share words. So with an intelligence score of at least 1. Okay. And a willing creature. Spell ends. So the spell enables a creature, blah blah blah, to understand the meaning of your words and take scope of any sensory message you send it. So share words. Okay, so a bear doesn't have words, but it's going to understand what you're trying to tell it. Okay, so it's not going to be able to communicate back because it has no message to communicate back, but it's going to understand what you say it. So what are you saying to it, Bugs? Once again.
I'm going to say, look, we have these special berries which we can give you to help satisfy your hunger if you would like them. And you come here in peace, just scratch the ground in front of you.
Do you have berries on you, Bugs?
Good berries, don't we have any?
Yeah, I do.
Jar is the good berry.
Who said they
Oh, no,
had
it's
good
So
just-
unless we've got any
berries?
cookies left over.
Well,
Yeah, well, cookies.
have- We do have some rations, some
We've
hard
got
tack and
rations.
some meat.
Yeah, we've got
that we
some
can give.
rations, some meat.
okay, so you can, so the rations is fine. Good berries, by the way, last 24 hours. After that, they're maybe just berries, maybe not even berries. So you're going to say the same thing, but with rations.
Yeah.
Okay, make an animal handling check at advantage, and the DC will be a little lower thanks to your telepathic link and advantage because you are in fact offering it food. So animal handling at advantage. With a 17, the brown bear lets out low growls and comes right next to you, Bugs. What do you do?
I tell the others, I say it wants our rations, so if you can each just throw some rations towards it without hitting the bear. And I throw some down myself in front of it.
Somebody throws some rations, it hits it straight in the eye and just goes nuts on everybody. Okay, so you...
I just place some rations down at its feet and back away slowly with my knowledge of animalness in a non-threatening manner, if I'm allowed to.
You are allowed to. It kind of gets on his haunches and starts greedily consuming these rations. Seemingly, not taking much of an interest, but definitely enjoying these rations.
And I think I tell the others, perhaps give him a couple more.
Yep.
Scar gives Malamuk one of his rations to give to the bear.
Okay.
Malamuk comes closer with the rations and places it down. And I say to Bugsy, how's he reacting?
Yeah, I just say, look, I'm sure there's more rations that we can get you at some point, but I hope this will satisfy you for now. And if we come across more, I will let you know.
Just continues to chow down on the rations. As I said, the bear is very skinny.
If he's there for 10 minutes, can I cast Speak with Animals as a ritual again?
I'm saying this bear is going to consume the rations in well less than 10 minutes, like less than a minute even.
Is Mullamuck able to, without speaking to it, try and placate it somehow with his understanding of, he's seen bears before out in the wilderness? Is he able to sort of get a bead on whether, because his big threat, obviously, a skinny bear is a dangerous bear.
Mm-hmm.
We've just fed it some things, and it might now start seeing us more as food. Is there a way of him understanding what is likely to happen after we start moving off?
That will require an animal handling check from Mullamuck. You're not sure. You're right, a skinny bear is a dangerous bear. Not as dangerous as a bear with cubs, which I've seen many times on my runs around here in Canada. And you walk away and you go the other direction. Nothing more dangerous than a bear with cubs. It is the cubs are cute. Yep, sorry, carry on.
I give the bear the location of a very plump brown moose. Back in the stream.
Nice.
If he's still hungry, I say, look, he's ready for the taking. It's got no way of protecting itself. There's a nice, big, plump, juicy brown moose down there.
That'll teach him.
Okay.
If you follow our tracks, it will lead you directly to where we came from the brown moose.
It finishes consuming the rations and then goes up to Cal and starts sniffing around. You feel the hot breath on your body, Cal. What do you do?
I'm going to drop one more rations pack and then back away.
Okay. Consumes another ration pack. Didn't seem to react to your fact that there's a juicy moose off in that direction.
This is a lazy bear.
Yeah.
Big scar.
What's the CR of a brown bear, Malcolm?
1.
Too much. Okay. And I'm not going to ask my next question if I can wild shape into a bear. If you can talk while wild shaped as bear.
Bears don't have a language. Even if you're a brown bear, you couldn't talk to it.
Oh, yeah.
How do they communicate with each other?
With it, yeah, like speak with animals.
Speak with animals would work, but bear as in wild shape would not.
I get you. You give them the ability to communicate with the animals rather
Yep.
than translated their language. Got it? Cool. Yeah. Well, I've shared. Yeah, we've given it several rations. I think that we need to back off, but keeping an eye on him. Would that be fair enough? We'll go to the north.
Yeah, I'll just throw one more rations where our tracks were towards
Yeah.
And then just run.
so I
Yeah.
can follow the others.
If he attacks, then yeah.
Okay, look,
Okay.
Bear, we leave you in peace again. There is where the moose is. Enjoy your rations.
And then you run away? Is that the plan?
Yep.
Okay.
Is it
North.
run or is
Well,
it
I
run or
don't
is
run.
it slowly
'cause
back
that
away?
Yeah, slowly back away, and then when we're enough distance.
And if he starts following us, then we'll try and intimidate it, I guess.
As you slowly back away from the bear, it finishes off the rations. Then it kind of looks back towards you and starts heading further south into the forest.
We'll need to be on our best.
Now, not
Need to
in.
keep an eye out.
The reason, by the way, is not interested in moose. Bears are not predatory animals. It cannot take down a moose.
No.
I mean, and I'm going to say your rations were pretty much dried knucklehead trout, and of course, bears like trout. But they're not notable meat eaters. I mean, it's trout and berries, pretty much.
Got dried fruit and hard tack in it.
You continue your way north through the forest. The bear not ripping you to shreds.
That's
Okay.
an aside. That was like the scene in Das Boot where the destroyer's going overhead and pinging them, and they're like, "Fuck! Don't kick her ass! Don't kick her ass!" And then it disappears. that's all I can compare it to.
Nice. Okay, who was leading this? It was Tarvin, was it? Who was doing the survival
Malamak.
checks? Malamak. Okay, Malamak. One more survival check at advantage. You're still bouncing through the trees, Bugsy?
Yeah.
Okay, so DC once again is going to be lower. So, survival. Okay, 17.
17.
You head north. And, you come across this area. You can get out of here, Shajar. See you later. So the tracks lead to a large circular indentation in a snowy hillside. Okay, as a pop quiz, random aside, in Roll20, what does that word mean? Because I had to look it up when I did this adventure first. What's a gnomon?
On a sundial, it's the angled part that passes the shadow.
Ooh, 10 points.
And
Well done.
The area surrounding a sundial is known as a wabin.
Wow.
Level up.
Only
Inspiration?
Oh, sure. Sure, DM inspiration for that, because as I said, I had to look up the word. I had no idea what it meant. So, this large circular indentation in the hillside, and rising from the middle of the circle is a triangular gnomon of a beautifully carved crystal that stands 20 foot tall. A 10-foot high berm hugging the circle's eastern edge has evergreens growing around and atop it, sheltering what looks like a sarcophagus buried under the snow, and enclosed by a half-circle of pale blue crystal pillars. North of the berm is a delicately carved gazebo made of marble, and south of the berm is a row of outward-facing white marble statues atop of granite pillars. What do you do?
What sort of creatures are the statues of? Are they humanoids, dwarves?
Huh? If you'd like to go up and have a look, you're more than welcome to.
I would like to go and have a look.
Okay, so... Oh, sorry. Well, let me check. Oh, no, that's my fault somehow. Let me fix that for you. So you should see now, hopefully.
Oh, cool.
And I think Bugs, you're blind as well. Let me make you unblind.
Uh-oh. Get your reference.
Thank you.
Okay, so you approach up to these statues, Cal, and these are 6 elevated white marble statues arranged in a line depicting slender robed figures facing northwards. Their engraving on their faces have been worn away by the wind, but pointed ears make the statue identifiable as elves.
Sorry, this is in the middle of the forest, yeah?
Yeah, you come into the forest and this whole area opens up to you.
Malamak looks over at Tarvin. Know anything about this?
I don't know, but I don't smell moose.
Oh, you don't smell moose.
No, I think Shazai would have been a great person to ask about these elven statues.
I think so too.
This is not the kind of artwork that passed for Lady Fair down in the Underdark.
So with my sort of stone sense, this is looking like pretty stock standard, just well carved marble. Nothing
Yep.
unusual about. Okay.
Yeah, the only thing about it, it doesn't look as if it's been maliciously done, but the wind over the course of decades, maybe even centuries, has just worn away any identifiable features on the face. But the pointed ears remain. So they're elves, but even if you knew the person, you wouldn't be able to recognize it.
Big whiff of civilization here, yeah?
Well, elvish. It's elvish, so they sort of tend to be at balance with the forest sometimes. So it's like a place of magic.
Sorry.
But also aggressive to outsiders. right?
Yeah, exactly.
If we're to use
Potentially.
cliches, yeah.
Yeah, potentially. Shall we? Are you good at searching for traps, Bugs?
Am I good at searching for traps?
No.
Yeah. Where would you like me to search?
Well, I just think in terms of maybe this might be a thing where you take the lead. I think I get a sense that there might be magic here.
Yeah, I'll do a divine sense. So Scar will just move forward to this point here. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, here, like bang there.
Okay.
We'll do a general divine sense.
Okay. Cool. So you reach out. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, go for it, Scar. Sorry, apologies. Yep.
Okay, so you fire up your divine sense again. You're reaching out looking for fae, undead, or...
Faye's on top of his list on this one, but yes, celestials.
And undead and demons as well, I think, would pick up. You don't sense anything. You do recall, though, that if it's blocked by stone or something like that, divine sense wouldn't pick it up.
That's cool. Yeah,
But regardless, the divine sense picks up no undead or fae or anything like that.
I'll
I
take
mentioned-
a step back and go, Bugs, this might be a your thing.
I
Yeah,
mentioned to the
just-
others that I can cast Detect Magic as a ritual if you give me 10 minutes. I can hold it for 10 minutes as well.
Why not?
Ooh, that's
Well, what's the
good.
hurry? So you go for it. Yeah.
So he comes up here,
Mm-hmm.
and once again he sits down in quiet contemplation, and sort of tries to become at one with the world around him. And 10 minutes later he wakes, he sort of opens his eyes and stares around. And once again it's 30 feet. So look for any magic. You can sense auras and creatures and all sorts, but it can't penetrate most barriers as well.
And it's 60 feet, is it? Or 30 feet?
There's a 30 foot, yes, there's a ball of it. 30 foot. Within 30 feet, so 30 foot radius.
Okay.
And it's a concentration, so I can hold it for up to 10
Okay.
minutes.
So if something appears as magical from that location, from your point, I will let you know.
Bugs is just thinking if someone else has a higher perception, I'm great at disarming traps, but looking for them, my perception's pretty shocking.
I've got a +4.
I have a +6 on perception. That's a wisdom
Oh.
thing again.
That's right. Yeah.
But-
Yeah.
I've got the trap thing on. I've got the magic block.
+2.
Yeah, mine's +2, but at disadvantage.
Is this a door?
Yes.
Could Tarvin just look at this door looking for possible traps or triggers?
You can make an investigation check if you like to have a closer look at the door.
I'll do that. Oh, investigation's not so hot, but it's yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
with a 7, without actually touching it, you have a close look at it, and it looks pretty snug, pretty airtight almost, and there's no visible handle or hinges. That's what you get for a 7.
Can I go on to the sundial thing? Can I have a look at it?
Well, before you can do that, Malamak, I will tell you that there's an aura of magic all around the sundial, and you look at it closely, and the sundial itself is bereft of snow. There's no actual snow on it, but there's snow all around it.
But
So some
what school of magic is it?
Sundown.
transmutation.
Moon.
What does?
Are
what's
there any
transmutation
moose
again?
prints around here?
Well, before that, let me answer the moose prints in just a second. So rising from the center of this depression is the triangular crystal gnomon. It is thick near the base and narrows to a sharp point at the top. Now, the snow around the gnomon has melted away, revealing these symbols. And the symbols depict phases of the moon, suggesting that this depression is not a sundial, but a moon dial. And you also notice a hole in the here that's been punched through.
A hole
So-
in the.
Right over.
Far side.
No, it's kind of surrounded by this wall, but or something has broken through the wall over here.
Gotcha.
Yeah, but it's definitely a moon dial.
Transmutations like the elements, like controlling the elements. Is that what it is?
Yeah. Well, there's lots of things, but you think the transmutation school of magic is related to the fact that this has no snow on it.
No.
It might be its underfloor heating.
Now, moose prints. Can we see any around the sundial in this area?
Make a survival check.
Moose traffic. Such terrible rolls.
Yeah, there's some other woodland creatures that you pick up that are around here. Nothing strikes you as moose-like.
Does Scar know anything about a moon goddess, or anything like that of the particular area?
Make a religion check. And this has been broken inwards. So someone's gone from the sundial into the area behind the sundial.
Yeah, well, that's good.
21.
Things breaking out from the ancient evil.
So you go back into your religious upbringing, and the most obvious is the... her name is Sihanine Moonbow, daughter of the night skies, goddess of moonlight, the lunar lady, lady of dreams as well. So very much the elven gods of the moon.
There's limited knowledge. Is this any of her symbols floating around on this moon dog?
No symbols of her are revealed. She's definitely the goddess of the moon, though, but nothing strikes you as being particular to this Sihanine. What you do notice, though, is there's some elven inscriptions on some of these symbols.
Dark and... Oh, okay, cool.
And
No, I don't.
or Tarvin, when you see symbols up here to the north one, and these two half moon symbols here. So you want to check those out. You need to be a bit closer, but you do see some Elvish inscriptions.
So the north one and the two. Yeah, okay. I can't. Oh, surely it must be one of my languages, right? Goodness, where are the languages?
Oh, you're an elf.
On the left-hand side.
I'm an elf, so I can read it.
Sure, absolutely. Yep.
I'll go up to this one here then.
Okay, that one, you look at it, and it reads, "Unlock the tombs of the half moon."
Unlock the tombs of the half moon.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let's go to the north one.
The north one says, "Gaze upon your own face and have 7 questions answered."
That sounds certainly beneficial somehow. I can just
I have a mirror.
gaze upon your own face and have 7 questions answered. Yeah, okay, and what does this one say?
Same one as the other one. Unlock the tombs of the half moon.
Okay, and there's no inscription on the bottom one.
Nope, just the north, east, and west.
So it seems that when the moon is in a certain place and the shadow falls on one of these, the door might open or something?
Yeah. And you do take note that the shadow is pointing to this one.
But I'm guessing somebody got impatient with the lunar cycle and just busted a hole in the wall.
Malamak, did you have a moon beanie spell? You had one when we were fighting those
Yeah.
cold.
So Moonbeam, yeah, Moonbeam, as far as I understand the spell, is just talking about the intensity of the spell. It's technically not the moon, because I can cast it inside and stuff like that. So it's technically not moonlight, but it's like the intensity versus the sunbeam. That's my understanding. Feel free to correct me if I'm wrong.
So it's there's the sarcophagus up to the east here, is that right?
Yeah.
This
I
one
wanted
here,
to
yep.
put it in my detect magic wash. Has anything new come out from me?
Yes, it does.
Cool.
A School of Abjuration on this one.
It's abjuration again.
I'll give you the description of Abjuration.
Yeah. Sorry. Thank you.
Right.
Protection. Oh yeah. So there might be a trap there.
So things like Dispel Magic and Shield or Abjuration.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Okay.
So just without touching the sarcophagus, has it got any writing, runes, or information on it?
Don't know, it's covered in snow.
Oh,
Do we do the mirror thing?
Before you do anything, come around.
I was going to say, somebody had mage hand. They couldn't brush the snow off for us, but that's Shajar, isn't it?
Shajar, the MVP, just not here. You do notice, Cal, as you approach this sarcophagus as well. As I said, it's covered in snow. But you do notice on these pillars surrounding it, there's a carving on the top of the pillages of each of. There's a carving on each one of these pillars surrounding the sarcophagus, and these images depict a twig, a pine cone, a feather, a flame, and a humanoid hand. So that's what's on each of these 5 pillars. Depictions of those things.
Okay, well that's interesting.
There's a flame up here.
They're like carved up symbols, or they're actual. There is a twig and a pine cone.
Nope, just carved onto the pillars.
All right, interesting.
What was that twig? A pine cone?
It's in chat there in Roll20, Albert.
Sorry. Okay.
What can we see of this structure over here?
What do you want?
Some sort of flaming something around.
So this is a gazebo. There's some type of stone brazier on it. If you get a bit closer, I can tell you about it.
Well, okay.
It's only 10 foot down though, isn't it? So it's not a big drop or anything.
You could jump easily enough, or even go downstairs like I would do as Malcolm. But you get up closer. It's a gazebo, as I said. It's made of marble, and in the middle of it is an unlit stone brazier. It's bowled 20 inches in diameter, and the snow is full of snow and pine cone needles.
Pine cone needles.
Yep, snow and pine cone needles inside of this brazier. And before you ask me, Malamak, same School of Magic again. From the gazebo itself, yep.
So if we burn all of those things in this flame, maybe.
Humanoid hand.
Yeah, Bag's not.
Where's quick when you need
Shall we, let's do Bugsy's mirror trick. I think that mirror thing seems like the least painful, and Bugsy's standing right there. I think that might be...
Yeah, I'm wondering if it wants us to look at ourselves, or if it wants us to shine the moon upon itself, like...
Yeah, doesn't the shadow need to be hitting there?
Gaze upon your own face and have 7 questions answered.
But doesn't the shadow need to be on that particular point of the dial?
Yeah, so it was written on this one right next to Bugs, and I'll put it in chat again so you can see exactly what it says.
Would it hurt for Bugs to just...
Yeah, I mean, I can
himself?
like point the mirror at myself and stand on the pillar, I guess, see if anything happens.
Okay, What do you ask, Bugs?
Be right back, guys.
Okay.
I asked where the white moose is.
Okay. And you're gazing at your own reflection?
Yeah.
Nothing. Nothing unusual happens.
I aim the mirror at the moon and ask the same thing.
Nothing of note.
Yeah, must be a.
Is this-
Unless we're getting the mirror wrong, it must mean the shadow needs to be there.
Is the sky clear above us at the moment? Like, it's been overcast this whole time. Is the sky clear above us?
No. It's pretty much, the whole area is pretty much in perpetual twilight.
Yeah.
But make me
Yeah, a shadow, right?
Yes.
make me a nature check, actually.
Mike?
Yep, Malamak, make me a nature check.
It's not my greatest, but here we go. 10.
You try and recall where the moon should be, but you haven't seen it so long that you're not entirely sure where it is in the sky.
I can't. Tarvin, I don't know where the moon is. Do you happen to know where the moon should be?
I don't know.
Do we have that weather controller?
No, that's destroyed. That got consumed.
Okay.
From out in the
shadow, right? Yeah.
You can see the shadow. The shadow is there. And from far across, all the way back in Lonelywood, you hear Shajar casting guidance, and it still doesn't help.
with a mouthful of cookies.
Yeah, maybe that's the problem.
There's another statue here, Malcolm. Is this the same as the other statues in the rows?
Yep, same thing.
Okay.
Okay, so I think
Shall we have a-
we
shall
can
have a
either.
look
Sorry,
down
Mark.
here first. Shall we have? Let's recce the whole place before we do anything else.
Well, there's two courses of action, I think. We could either use that list of things that we need to collect. We could look around the area for those things, apart from the humanoid hand, obviously. Or we could go check out this hole in the wall over here.
Let's check out the hole in the wall, I think.
Yeah.
And you don't think there's any possibility of us redirecting the moonlight with a mirror or something or other to try and shine it onto these symbols? Nope. Okay.
It's daytime at the moment, so we might have to wait for a bit. Like it's.
The moon can be up during the day.
I know, but it was pointing. It was pointing at. Sorry, what's this one? It was pointing at. Oh, I suppose so. No, that's like a 1/4.
It's a crescent, yeah.
Yeah, the crescent. So it can be.
Isn't as well.
Full waning, then it's.
Sorry, guys, have you discussed this? But the idea of moving the actual. I mean, can the.
Oh yeah.
The thing being moved? The thing in
Nomin.
the center? The arrow,
But
arrow thing?
The shadow wouldn't though. Would it? The direction of light will still remain the same.
I have no idea.
Well, you go up and touch the Gnomon scar and give it a quick push, but it's very much firmly in place. So it would take something more than just physical force to move it.
Using my sort of stone knowledge as a dwarf, what sort of rock or crystal is this gnomon made out of? Is there anything I recognise?
Beyond crystal, you're not sure. It's definitely crystal. And from Scar's reaction with it's not budging, it's quite a firm crystal.
Not Shardolin.
Definitely not Shardolin.
We have some stairs out here, out this hole.
Can I just inspect like the opening itself and see if I can find out anything regarding how it was broken or any other interesting signs?
Even without a roll, you know it was broken from this side and pushed through into this side. And as you take a peek inside there, you do see... I lost my place. There's lots of bones in there, and there's several harmless animals there. There's some foxes, some hares, that sort of thing. And as you go through, they kind of poke their head up at you, looking a little scared, maybe.
So you said bones. You mean like big humanoid-sized bones or small?
Small bones.
Animal bones.
Forest animal bones.
Yep.
But there's alive animals in there as well.
Yep. Foxes and hares mostly.
We could potentially talk to them if we need to.
I wonder if this is where the bear lived. Oh, look, there you go. Cal says the same thing. Well, let's go in, shall we? Let's gingerly take a step in.
Is that going to scare the animals away, or do we think we should try and communicate first?
Luck, do you want to use a spell?
Yeah, okay. So, well, I can cast Speak with Animals as a ritual as well. I'll lose my Detect Magic. It's costing us 10 minutes. So, I sit down and once again try and commune with nature and swap my sort of radar, and I open my eyes and try and engage with were they foxes, did you say?
Foxes and hares.
Foxes and hares. I'll talk with the hare just because of Bugsy. Say, hello, friend.
Please, don't hurt us. Please leave us alone.
We would not hurt you. I mean, look at our companion, and he indicates over at Bugs. Don't look at Scar. Look at Bugs. Don't look at Scar.
Ah! Please, we're just seeking shelter from the snow. Please leave us alone.
Have you been living here long?
Long?
Have you seen this apparatus work?
Apparatus?
Has this area done anything strange?
I just stay here for warmth. I'm not sure what you're talking about. I just stay here. It's warm. It's cozy.
Has there been a white moose here?
Make a persuasion check, Malamak.
Persuasion is not my bag.
Moose? No, we're just small animals here. Foxes here. Sometimes we see owls. Sometimes we see wolf pups. Sometimes young bears. We just keep together for warmth.
Has a skinny bear been here recently? Today?
No.
Since the night?
No. What does strike you as odd, Malamak, is what do foxes love to eat?
Yeah,
hares.
That's what I was thinking. Hares.
Yeah.
So, have the foxes not chased you, my friend?
No. We just share this place peacefully.
Is he able to swap between animals, or does he need to do a new casting for each animal, Malcolm?
That's a good question. Let's have a look. Speak with animals.
With beasts for the duration.
Yeah. Yep. Yep. You can speak to as many animals as you like for 10 minutes.
Mr. Fox. I see you're quite cozy with these hares. Are you not hungry?
Who can tell me what the fox is?
What? Yeah, okay.
Fox News. Give me the news.
You haven't heard the song What Does the Fox Say?
Oh no, we've absolutely did. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, the fox is not going to sit. Ding, 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 ding. My kids love that song. It drives me crazy.
Oh no, you poor man.
Yeah, at least they're not into Baby Shark. They're not into that. So that's small blessings for that. Do you know more people have watched Baby Shark on YouTube than there are people in the world? It's got like over 10 billion views.
Oh god.
It's just nuts. Most popular video on YouTube. Anyway, sorry, what do you ask the fox?
Are you not? You did not chase the hare. Are you not hungry?
Are we... we're always hungry. Do you have food?
We do, but and he reaches into his bag and gives him some knucklehead rations.
Maybe I could have some of those chips that Cal is eating?
Yeah.
That apricot, and I can't get them out of the damn.
That did sound like a packet of potato chips. You offering him some rations?
Absolutely, I will.
Okay, so you throw yet more rations down, and the fox, the foxes and the hare. The hare is not so interested in it, but the fox greedily gobbles it down.
Does the hare eat the sort of hard tack, sort of biscuity stuff? Or?
Sure. That seems like a hare type of thing.
Yeah. Have you seen any humanoids here?
Humanoids? Like you?
Like me? Like this man here, and he gestures over to Tarvin. Perhaps walking on 2 feet.
Oh, there is one lady we see sometimes. She walks with a tree.
And where does she walk?
Oh, I haven't seen her for a while. She headed through this way.
Okay. I pass that information back to the others.
So who passed through that way?
A woman in a tree.
A woman and a tree.
Yeah, but some sort of ent or
Tree ant.
elemental thing. Yeah.
Oh man, we're missing Shijai.
Yeah.
Birthdays, dumb birthdays. Birthdays are dumb.
Well, Shajaya is eating cookies, as is Leah. I imagine she's eating cookies as well.
Jelly.
I don't have any other questions. I sort of asked the group, is there anything else we need to know? I've been feeding this backwards and forwards.
Does it know what made this hole?
Did
No.
you see this hole created?
No, we just found it like this, and it seemed warm, so we stayed here.
Fair enough.
Did the lady in the tree do anything in this area? I don't know how to say that in Foxy Rabbit talk.
In this
Leave that to Malamuk.
place.
In this
Yeah.
place.
Has the lady in the tree ever entered this area? Done some sort of thing?
Two-legged ritual. Ooh,
Just a second. Mm-mm. Oh, yeah, we see her every now and then, and we hide. And then her and her tree comes. She casts some type of spell here, and a bright light comes from the heavens.
must be some nature worshipy thing, surely.
Yeah.
Maybe just tell. Oh, go on.
Sorry, no, go.
Oh, I was just going to say, maybe tell the animals, ask them if we could pass by. We won't mean them any harm. Just want to check out the area.
Yeah, shall we, I think we might need to explore a bit more.
Yeah.
If you see the lady, can you give a little yelp to warn us? We will not harm you.
Okay.
Okay. And so, yeah, we've just asked for a little favour for them to give us a little box yelp if they hear of the lady. And then Malamak comes back and says, "Thank you very much for your time," and leaves the rest of the rations there.
Okay. All right. What do you do?
Yeah. And, I go back
Scout,
and
I will just have a little sorry, bro. While you're doing that, whatever you're doing, Scar will just have a little prayer to Silan, just in case. Just saying we don't mean any harm if this is your space, kind of thing.
Okay.
He doesn't know how to pray to Silan, so he's winging it.
Okay, make a religion check.
He's all over this. He knows Salam backwards.
Oh, yeah. So it's a very nice prayer of respect, saying that if this is indeed her domain, that you mean no harm. Yeah, you nailed it.
All right. What a waste of the 20.
with the yeah, like, so if we're sitting there discussing things, it's like, I think we could use Moonbeam, but I feel we may have to explore down here first. I think that we might get more information when we meet this woman.
I agree. Yeah.
What do you think?
I think the moonbeam opens that door to the south, right?
Might do.
So I reckon, yeah, I'm all for going into the hole.
Okay.
Oh, let's go.
Hey, Malcolm, can I just ask if it's fine? Can we have that version of the map where, you still have Fog of War, but it's not
Sure.
behind it? Right?
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
It just, I find it quite
There we go.
discombobulating.
It's on now.
Yeah, cool, awesome.
What's the difference?
Thank you.
Oh,
when
like-
you move it, it leaves a shadow rather than a black.
Oh, I see.
But,
Yeah.
yeah.
It's a classic fog of war from like. Yeah.
Yeah. That's much better.
Yeah,
So-
thank you.
Okay.
Shall we venture forth?
Indeed.
Okay, so
What?
Well, who goes first?
It's a little 10-foot
go.
drop. It's a little 10-foot drop there, but it's easy enough to navigate.
Okay. What's the border are we looking at? Oh, so if I move here, then you want to order up behind me? Unless something triggers.
wait a
Want me
minute,
to
Marco.
do you
What
want me
you-
to
Yeah.
take magic again?
What you do notice, Scar, as soon as you jump down there,
Oh, right.
to the no, you're fine.
Oh, okay.
Just
Sorry.
down this corridor here, you see this underground passage narrows before ending in a wall upon which is mounted an oval mirror, 7 feet tall and half as wide, encircled by a decorative stone frame. In other words, there's a mirror right there.
Hello.
Hello.
Get to stare at ourselves, guys, but I don't know if we get to see the inner us.
Calvin's just gonna walk over here. So can I see anything from about this door? Can I have a look at that door?
The stone door to this, whatever's behind it, is engraved with a white semicircle, which is obviously the symbol of a half moon, with its rounded edge and facing towards the right.
So that's a waning quarter moon. That's a waxing quarter moon? Nah, I don't know.
These statues that are inside, are they similar to the ones outside? Are they worn?
Yes.
Are they...
Same deal.
And still no features all worn off. So very, very old.
Yeah. Except the wind has not worn away the details in their faces, and they don't stand on pillars.
Okay.
All three are facing east towards the nearest wall. Like,
You were
yeah.
saying when you're describing something to... Oh, no, sorry, it's written over here. Don't worry.
That's right.
Bugsy, do you want to have a chat to the mirror?
Oh,
Give it a
that's
go.
what I was going to ask. Sorry, I was going to ask regarding the white symbol of the half moon.
Mm-hmm.
on that door that Tarvin was looking at, is it like that one, or that one, or that one?
It's
One of these two, right?
It's this one.
This one.
Uh-huh. And that one is related to that one. This is what my brain's telling me. I don't know.
Has anyone looked in this mirror yet?
Well, if you're down there, Bugs, you look and you see a Bugs.
Oh, okay. I was just checking because I don't want to look directly into it. Just in case,
Ask it a question. Who's the fairest of them all?
Oh, let's not waste the questions.
Stupid questions.
You seen a moose?
Yeah, the
Well,
first question is...
We've got a rock, a mineral, or vegetable.
I don't think we need any help finding the moose, right? I think we've got that down. Potentially.
Yeah.
We can hunt it. We now know about an old woman. No, is it an old woman? Just a lady. And a tree, some kind of plant
so we could
creature.
ask what their purpose is here.
We could also ask how to remove a slard.
That's... Although we have that answer, don't we? We need to get...
Yeah, I guess so.
So where is the
Scrimshaw.
That's what we're asking, aren't we? Oh, the scrimshaw.
Yes, where's the dragon's lair? Yeah.
Where's the
Yeah,
dragon's
okay.
lair?
I'll ask
That's a
that.
good one.
First one. Where can I find the
The dragon's lair that will help us kill the slug.
Now, what's the name of the dragon? We know the name of the dragon.
Iventuras.
Yeah,
Iventurus. The lair of Iventurus.
6 questions left, damn it. No.
7's quite a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, yeah, I asked that question. Where is the dragon's lair of Iventurus located?
His lair, yeah.
Is that what you're asking the mirror, Bugs?
Yep.
Nothing. You're just talking to yourself.
Okay, so the shadow does need to be on the
Someone go
symbol.
back. Oh, yeah. Or maybe the answer is delivered there.
So apparently the lady used some spell to bring a beam down from the sky, right? But we don't possess that kind of magic.
With that in mind, where is the shadow cast in terms of those symbols?
It's
that you
there.
saw?
It's here.
It's on
This
that
one.
Yep, as indicated by the artwork.
We need to find. Okay, cool. So it would be cool to find that symbol if we could and see what relates to that. Is what I'm
Yeah,
thinking.
is it? Cal, can you see a symbol on that door by chance?
Yeah, I was going to go investigate this door to see one that we looked at from the
That's the
outside.
door. That's
What
the
is it?
door outside.
Also, Melamuk, is the
symbol
is the,
that-
speak with animals spell gone, or does it still exist?
10 minutes, I think, or even an hour, I think. It lasts for 10 minutes. 10 minutes.
Last 10 minutes. So
Do
that's
you have
it.
time to ask the fox or rabbit which, or maybe you've already asked it? Sorry, I might not have been in the room. Which area she went down?
Yeah, this way.
No. Yeah, this way.
Okay.
This way up here.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's where she came from, and she hasn't seen the lady in some time. Now, Cal, over at that door, if you remember the opposite side of this door, there was no features on it, no moon symbols, no handles, no nothing. And you're looking at it from the other side, and it's similarly featureless.
Yeah. Might have just been a locked door, but we've managed to break in through the thing. So I feel like through this thing.
Yeah.
So we might be able to explore down here and find some notes or something like that.
Okay.
Leave the door alone, Cal?
I'm going to, leave the door alone.
Okay.
So we can't get down the little door there because it's got the magical symbol on it. So we could try the passage that up near Tarvin. Is that the case?
This
Reckon
one,
not?
yeah. Okay.
Yep.
I think we should try that one. Who wants to take the lead though? Ooh.
Just another door. It's just another door. I'm just going to check it out. Is there any symbols on this door, Malcolm?
Yep, this symbol here. The other half moon symbol.
So we need some way of bringing a blooming moonbeam down on this thing.
Well, I think well that's the next trick. I'm going to try and bring a moonbeam in such a way that it would cast a shadow, which is the most useful one.
Well, we don't know what's behind the doors, do we? But let's
Yeah,
start with the
that's
mirror, maybe. Because we can ask the mirror Oh, I mean, no, there's no point. I was gonna. How do we open the other doors?
Unless we hit a moonbeam over here, and ask the mirror at the same time. I don't know.
No, that's what I'm thinking. That if I cast the moonbeam not over here, because it'll cast the shadow, and not over on the full moon, because it'll cast the shadow. So we put it in such a position so that the shadow will actually cast it over there. So I'll quickly do that. And I can also, move my moonbeam as well. It lasts for 10 rounds. It lasts for up to a minute, so I can move it around as well. So maybe if we have people at the different doors,
See what happens.
Let's do
see
it.
what happens. All right, so
Focus on the mirror.
Mullamax is going to go up here, if that's okay.
Mm-hmm.
Is everyone keen on that? My computer's a bit glitchy.
Yep.
I'll head over here.
So I will stand down. Oh, hang on.
Is Tavern
Where am I
up there
going?
or
Yeah, I'm over here.
Okay, cool.
Everybody's manning the door.
Yeah, I'm going
Does
to.
somebody need to man that door? Like if we're talking about phases of the moon, maybe
Yeah, no,
somebody needs to
I'm standing there. I'm standing there.
Okay.
And so who's down at the bottom south one?
Scar's here.
Guys here. Who's at this one? Tarvin's up there. Cal's there. So I think we do the mirror first because it sounds like the least dangerous, and then I might do Scar's one next, and then your one final, Tarvin. And if it
Hey,
works, we can always cast it again.
Speaking outside of the game itself, as a player,
Mm-hmm.
if there's a world save needed on this mirror, Scar might be best here.
Yeah.
Just saying. I don't know if that's a fact.
I'm actually wondering if we all get together first and Scar and I just cast Bless before we do anything.
Alright, let's convene.
Okay. Huddle.
1, 2, 3, go team!
You know, it gives us a little bit.
Scar can't cast Bless at the moment.
Synchronized watches. Let's go.
How many
all out of-
blesses do you have, Bugs?
Scar's out of juice.
Oh yeah, we only had a short rest, didn't we?
Yeah, we didn't have a long
I
rest.
don't think I have one. Yeah.
Alright, so none of us can cast blesses.
Oh no.
As we were.
But Cad,
can
if you want to
can
go
we
down there.
yell out to Shajaya, goodbye.
Bugs, use that crystal. Can you do it?
Did she run 20 feet away?
120 feet.
Should Scar take? I don't trust that mirror.
Yeah, neither
Yeah.
do I. But I was also thinking, can you look at a mirror through a mirror?
Huh.
Because I've got 2 other mirrors.
You want to cover both bases on that, and Scar will take a mirror.
Yeah, you
Look at
take
it
a mirror,
through a
look through the mirror.
and hope that he doesn't need a will
I'm a
roll.
Medusa mirror.
Well, I hope that if it is a roll, then it's a will roll.
Yeah, and you were
takes
down
the mirror.
here, right?
Down here, yes.
So Scar's down there.
Scar's over here at the moment by the mirror.
Yeah, and so I'm going to do Scar's one first, and if it's working, you just need to shout out it's working. And then
Okay.
we can maybe see what happens.
And
In a
Scar's
way
looking
that's
through
not
the
a
mirror.
question.
With in mind, if while he's looking through his mirror that he just got given, if Mullamup says, "Is it working?" and it doesn't feel like it's working through his normal mirror, then he'll look at the mirror. If that makes sense, what I just said.
Okay, so you're looking at not looking at the mirror, but through a reflection.
Reflection of the
Okay, got it. Yep.
initially, ready to turn around if things aren't working the way he hoped.
Okay, Malamak is getting ready to cast his moonbeam,
Okay.
and he casts it. Boom.
Mm-hmm. And
He's trying to place it sort of below it so it casts a shadow up to there. So he places it there.
okay, why don't you show me exactly where you place it? Here is your moonbeam.
Alright, cool. Can I move it?
Yeah.
So I think he's placing it here so the shadow sort of casts up to here.
Okay, as you cast your moonbeam spell, the light comes down and the gnomon starts reflecting, so the shadow falls onto here. And Scar, as you're looking through the mirror, you see it kind of a picture of the landscape looks approximately like this temple-y sort of area here, but then your vision zooms up and it goes high above the clouds, high, and higher. Then you feel you should ask it a question about the location of a creature.
And he mentions the name of the dragon, and I want to find Jukabarabris, whatever his name is, the Lair of.
Okay.
And if, yeah, that's what he says.
Okay, just a second.
Scar's a local, so what he's also keeping an eye out for, if this is going to show him, only because it showed him this kind of landscape initially, he's looking for points as a local that he might recognize.
Okay, so
I mean, it might be a complete failure, but he's having a crack.
so you're asking for Venturas, the great white dragon, and as I said, you're hovering at palms of the ground, and then your vision plummets through the crowd, plummets to the area around the Icewind Dale, but then it kind of zooms around as if it's swooping around the whole area and disappears. For whatever reason, you felt you said the name of the dragon right. You feel that it could find the dragon, but for some reason it didn't find the dragon.
Oh, the Lair. Oh, I said the dragon. That guy. That dragon.
Not the dragon.
Lair. Lair. I did add Lair.
The lair of the dragon. Just a sec.
I did say Lair. Yeah.
Yeah, we don't mind where the dragon is.
You know, you can only ask for creatures, not things.
Oh, okay.
So we'll say you ask for Venturas, and for whatever reason it doesn't locate Venturas. You're not sure why.
He hasn't turned on his GPS.
Yeah.
Doesn't have Bluetooth tracing.
Wait, so we can't ask no more questions? It has to be about a creature?
May as well find the white
That's
rose.
the feel that Scar got, based on what Bugsy just said.
So what, you're going to ask another question? Is it? What's you going to do, Scar?
I want to huddle first.
You would take note that the moonbeam lasts for 1 minute.
Yeah, it's a second level spell, bro.
Give me a question, guys. Give me a question.
White
Yell it
moose,
out.
white moose.
I want to
Where's the white
find
moose?
the white moose of the name of this forest.
Lonelywood.
is Lonelywood Forest. I want to find the white moose of Lonelywood Forest.
Okay. Roll me a
Right
d20.
behind you, Scar. It's right behind Scar. Surprise!
Roll me a d20, Scar.
Okay.
We also ask it with, remember the very first mission that we got? We're looking for somebody.
The treasure of the Lady of the Lake.
But also like the murderer, or there's a traveling.
Oh, we killed him.
Oh yeah, Cephik. Yeah,
Yeah,
that was
Cephik,
him.
We killed him.
yeah, we did too.
Yeah.
But yeah, the white lady. What they tell us that?
The treasure of
That Lady of the Lake.
Not the treasure.
Scar.
She's dead.
The same thing happens. You look up, it does a swoop around the Icewind Dales trying to locate onto this creature that you're somewhat familiar with. For some reason, it doesn't locate the creature.
Stop asking questions. Something's not right.
Guys, this is not working. This is not working.
Yeah.
Calls out. We're doing something wrong, and I don't
Rather
know what it is.
than locating a creature, could you ask about a creature? If it's only creature questions?
One quick question. Fuck no. I was gonna say how it kills.
No questions.
No questions.
Yeah.
How many
Do you
more
want
of
to start?
those? He quickly calls out. How many more moonbeams can you cast today?
Who?
Malamuk to Malamuk.
Are we
Not the
opening
mirror?
to one of these other things?
Oh no, he's just quickly
I-
calling that out to Malamuk, not to the mirror.
Yeah, two.
Oh, two. Sorry, I didn't get it. Now I did.
You have time for one more, Scar, if you want to ask it before the moonbeam fades.
One more question.
No,
Any
I don't think
ideas?
it's. No, nothing, because it's not working. We haven't done something. For some reason, I can't find anything. Right?
Where is the Lady of the Lake? What the hell? I'll just give it a crack.
Okay.
The White Lady of the Lake.
Okay, roll me another d20.
Okay.
Ah, I forgot the dice roll.
Daddy needs a new pair of shoes.
Your vision once again hovers above the, even above Faerun, which is the name of the planet you're on. And then your vision plummets down, 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 down. And that's going to drag you to the other map. And right over here, unlike Danishir, well, no, I shouldn't have said that actually. You see a vision of the White Lady, and she's walking across water. You see kind of like 5 feet around her. You don't see terribly much more than that. So you see her, and she's walking on water. And I'll say you put 2 and 2 together, and you know that the legend revolves around East Haven, so it's almost certainly Lake Dinishire that she's walking across.
Is it like I'm her, or is it like I'm looking down on her?
It's like you're looking down on her. You just see 5 feet around her, and you see she's like walking on water.
Does it look like the ghost that we encountered in Targos, the one that was in the attached to the sharpened statue? Is it a different character? Like, because remember we got scared.
Yes.
By that?
Yeah, I was there too. I was there too, man. So I could tell you guys that.
That's a good question. Just a sec.
Was it the lady that we fought? Yeah. Okay, I just wanted to know.
Yeah, that's right. She came screaming at me. Man. Scar's had a
And
bad
does
running
she
with
seem
the
to
ladies.
notice Scar, like, or something looking at her?
So the mirror doesn't really tell you where they are; it just shows you them.
It's the same one. Looks like the same type of a ghost, but for some reason it's over here in Lake Dinishire now. Oh, it's underwater. Yeah, I've told you. She's at Lake Dinishire. You don't technically know that, but that's where she is. Just walking across the water.
Put 2 together. We suspect she's at Lake.
Any Scar can Scar, if he's gonna have a crack at this, can Scar revolve the vision around her, or is he controlled by the vision?
You can naturally think of it as a camera you've got control over, but you just see 5 feet around her, and that's it.
Okay,
You hear as well. You hear the wind whistling around her, and she's not making any sounds herself, but you also hear what's going on. Not very interesting, but you do hear like wind and snow and stuff like that. That's not, no voices. No. But if you got the impression you do hear what's going on, so if she was muttering to herself, you would hear it, but you don't.
Okay.
Shall we regroup?
Definitely. I'm out of juice in terms of ideas.
He's feeling like it's coming
Scar,
closer.
when you were rotating it around her, did she give off any sense that she noticed she was being watched?
You didn't notice anything, Scar.
I'm not the smartest guy in the world, but I'm going to say no.
My question to the others, because I presume my moonbeams disappeared. Would that be the case?
It has indeed. No more moonbeam.
So we reconvene in the thing and in this little area here.
Oh, could you have screamed out, "I can't hold her, Captain," just once? No.
Yeah. Do we want to open these doors? Because I can open both at the same time with one moonbeam. These are powerful magics, at least powerful for me. I do have the chance to open them one at a time if you so desire. If I were to prioritize one,
open the doors? How do you open the doors? Like
by
if you
casting
put
the shadow on the half moon.
Yeah. Would the mirror work like if a different person walked up to it? Would they get 7 questions too?
Sorry.
So we've used Scar's used 3.
Yeah, exactly right. It's per person.
Yeah.
So let's do the doors. Yeah, I thought that's what we were doing.
Yeah, because I don't really have more questions apart from that one that Cal put up there.
Well, let's
Well, I
just.
think there were 2 other people that we possibly wanted to know about. There was
Sorry, man, I missed that.
the Duragar guy Sunbright. something beginning with Ek, Enthar or something or other.
Zaradorak.
Yeah.
Right. And his brother, remember that was the one that was in East Haven that blew us up?
Nilgar.
Was that his name?
I think so.
Oh, well, so,
Nilgar, some bloke.
so there was the one that we found up
Kearconic.
in that little snow fortress that we found with the fungus people. So there was them. So that remember they were rumored to have some sort of fortress in one of the world. So that's one possibility. And also when we were in Kearconic in the castle there, the tiefling that was underneath there that was doing the research. Remember she wanted us to find another mage. Although I'd have to go back and look at my notes in my notebook.
Villain Harple.
That's one.
So just as loose threads, those might potentially be people to look at, but I reckon we do investigate the rest of this first, and then see if we can do something. So it looks like it's quite limited in terms of finding.
Scar will also convey that I could only see the best shot I got was of the white lady, and I could only see 5 feet around her, so I couldn't actually zone in hard out. If that makes sense.
Like Google Maps,
but maybe it's
only
different for
really
different
close.
people. Yeah.
I think let's see how
like-
useful it is opening these doors, and perhaps we might find something of benefit there. I feel that we should open this one first, because that's the one that they've been frequenting, although... Yeah.
Also,
Others,
the white
everyone
moose
feel.
and the dragon are somehow guarded by the mirror thing.
Hello? Hello? Is someone out there? You hear from the door you're next to, Tarvin.
Yes.
Hello?
Who's there? Who's there? Are you trapped?
Yes! If you could open the door, I'd very much appreciate it.
Shall I do it, guys?
Help!
You check.
What's your name? Who are you?
My name's Revison.
Any idea how we open this door? Oh, we know how. Let's do it. I will ready in action though, just in case this guy springs out at us.
It's a female voice.
That's alright. It's female.
Scar turns to Cal. Do we know a Revison based on your notes and stuff?
No.
It's not a name that we've encountered.
That's me now. Just, do you want to... Malamat shouts down, let her know that we know about her tree friend.
You jump in front and I'll hang back with the bow.
Cool.
You go for the door. Yeah.
You mentioned the
You're
tree?
most
I'll
charismatic.
stand 5 feet back from the door if that's cool.
Oh yeah, right.
Can you open
At the
the
moment.
Can you open the door? We've been trapped in here for weeks.
Okay, stand back.
Be prepared to negotiate with her. Use your charisma, your famed charisma.
Hold on, guys. What are you doing here? What are you doing here? What's her name? Sorry.
Revison.
Radish.
Revison.
Not radish.
Ravison, what are you doing here?
Ravishing.
Ravishing, what are you doing here?
Well, we were seeking a place of warmth, and things didn't go as well as we'd hoped.
Are you
How
a
did you come
fox?
so far?
Am I?
Is,
Am I?
inside the statues. You didn't have to go so far in. Why did you come so far in?
The statues aren't warm.
Oh well, they're away from the cold.
It's a room here. A room's shelter me from the cold. Why is it so complicated? Get me out!
I don't mean to annoy one, but we've faced a lot of things that have surprised the living hell out of us. I'm going to put it that way.
Oh, I understand your
You
caution.
need to know I can trust you.
A tree? There's just shrubby here. I wouldn't have survived without shrubby. Shrubby just grows like she's an awakened creature. She can talk, and she bears fruit, and that's how I've managed to survive. Say hi, shrubby. Hello. Hi.
Can we insight on that? Can I insight on that?
You can, I'll say with disadvantage though, since you're talking to a door at the moment.
Alright. Insight, where are you? Insight?
Rock door, or is it a wooden door?
It's the same as the other doors. Just check. I'm just.
Oh, wow. She's totally telling the truth, guys.
No, that's not what you determine. What you know, you don't know if she's telling the truth. You don't know if she's lying. You don't know. Okay, but yeah, terrible. In terms of the doors, stone. It's a stone door.
When in doubt.
Okay. What have we learned from this game so far? Should we trust anybody?
I think we can trust her. I mean,
Guys,
we
So she-
should be able to get. Pardon?
You guys trust people?
I want to.
Not people.
It's seen me right by the Morning Lord so far. I've only almost died 5 times.
So you gonna let me out or not?
We know that Malamute yells from his thing. He's not getting closer. He's getting ready to cast it if he needs to. However, we know that she has powerful magics, but she must be calm and placid and not attack us. We are ready to deal with her if we need to.
Oh, okay.
Maybe get ready to cast hold person as well if you need to.
Yeah, well, that's
You
all my
can-
victims after that.
You can do that, but keep in mind when you hold a spell and it's not cast, you lose the spell slot.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's going to cost you a spell slot if you choose to hold the spell, even if it doesn't go off. It's going to cost you a spell slot.
I wasn't sorry. I was just getting prepared to
Yeah.
cast it. And
I'm
that's
just explaining. Yeah, I'm just explaining the rule. If you hold an action to cast a spell and it doesn't go off for some reason, you lose a spell slot. So just so you know.
No, fair enough.
Good to know.
Yeah.
You have to do Moonbeam
Good
first
to know in
anyway.
the future.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's the thing. I was getting ready for a moonbeam, but just when I get the okay from everyone, then I'll cast moonbeam.
And
Maybe
Moonbeam is
Cal-
concentration, as is hold person. So you can't do both at the same time,
Yeah,
regardless.
both at the same time. Yep.
Maybe, Cal, you go in front of me. I can certainly shoot my bow over your head.
Oh,
You know what?
mate.
I can hear briefly what you're saying. I'm not sure what this hostility is.
Well,
I'll come up as if you can open this door. I'll raise my hand. I do know some magic. I'm a druid. And Shrubby can't really attack anyway. If you fear a shrub, then I can't help you.
Okay, I can hear you guys again. Cool. Phew.
If she's a druid, then all of a sudden Malamute feels more trust, and he gets ready. Guys, I'm going to cast it now.
Alright, I'm wondering.
And what's the symbol on the door? Is it this
Cal-
one or the other one?
The one on the left. This one.
Yeah, cool.
So I'll get you another moonbeam. Here's another moonbeam. Okay, Scar, what are you going to do? Sounds like something before the moonbeam is cast.
Yeah, sorry. Scar will whisper to Cal, maybe you want to step back, mate. And Bugsy, he whispers to Bugsy, unless Bugsy's trying to whisper into his head, that maybe you want to get behind that statue, and if bad shit happens, we'll try to draw her out into this area.
On it.
Is a guess. I don't know if
Alright.
I can, but
Are you high?
I've got Shane
do I
down
need
there
to
as well.
roll stealth? Just
You do?
yeah,
You do?
I just don't think we can all take her in this corridor, but we might be able to. He's whispering this as quietly as he can, but we might be able to fuck her up in there if we need to.
Okay,
It's
so
his
Bugs.
Yeah,
intention-
Bugs is gonna open a
Munter's mark.
telepathic line
Yeah.
to who's at the front? Is it Scar at the front?
Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah.
to Scar, just in
Scar.
case anything
Scar's
happens.
not as
Can
trustful as he used to
communicate
be.
with them quietly.
Got it. All right, mate. Roger, 10-4.
When you're ready, Melamut.
Ready?
Okay, just one quick thing. No, that's fine. You don't need to be able to see the person to cast telepathy,
No,
so
I have to.
just be familiar with them, and you're obviously familiar with Scar. Okay, so you're going to cast Moonbeam, Malamuk?
I cast moonbeam.
And where are you placing it? This is the symbol on the door that Scar's in
Yep,
front
so
of.
on this side to cast the shadow over to here. So
Oh, sorry, I just realised I put the moonbeam on the wrong level. There we go.
There you go. So I'm going to put it. Oh, it's not dragging through that. I'm going to put it there. That makes
Okay,
sense?
perfect. So the shadow moves, and it's now on this symbol. So as you cast Moonbeam, the door in front of you, Scar, slides to one side. And inside, you see a shrub. That looks as the art. There's a shrub with some berries on it. And you also see a lady there, who you assume is Ravison. That's just what she looks like in. Oh, so this is what she looks like in that shrubby as she's described it there, and she's just holding her hands up. Nothing's in her hands. Just look,
There is nothing about her as a player. There is nothing about her that makes me want to step forward.
She doesn't look very trustworthy at all.
No, she looks fine.
One thing you do notice, Scar, as you notice, is her lips are very blue.
Know about that?
Okay,
Actually, Scar, make a nature check. Scar, can you just make me a quick nature check?
okay. 'Cause he's also triggering his insight, his what do you call it, divine sense, for Faye.
Okay.
Nature sense, nature. There it is. He's not the nature guy. Sorry, guys.
Let's see what you get. Oh, you do notice her lips are blue. It's not from the cold. And you look at the creature she calls Shrubby, and Shrubby is carried in blue berries. And you remember her saying that she survived in here this long because she's been eating berries that were provided from Shrubby. So from what you gather, it's not like she's super cold and like white-like or anything. Her lips are stained blue because she's been eating the berries from the tree. Okay.
Divine sense is giving him nothing.
That's so disturbing.
She is not undead. She's not a fae. She's not celestial.
Okay, Scar likes to trust people as much as he's had real bad luck with women who've been scratching the shit out of him. He'll step forward anyway.
How long do we have, Malcolm, before the door shuts?
I'm going to put a timer on my phone for 1 minute.
Okay, let's hurry up.
Okay. He says if you want to get out now,
Please!
this is
Come
the
out.
time. Run.
Come out slowly.
Run, we're all running.
Okay.
Is there
Sure.
anything of worth in there, Scar? Have a quick look.
I'll give you
have a quick squiz.
I'll pause my timer so I can read you this because you do notice it. So it's got the ceiling is intricately carved and is 20 feet high. A beam of light shines down from the top of the dome, illuminating a rectangular stone sarcophagus. Someone has turned the tomb into a living quarters, as evidenced by a rack of drying herbs and an unfurled bedroll behind the sarcophagus. Timer is back on. Please, just let us through. We need to get out of here.
Oh, he's Scar's already stepping aside for them. He's gonna. Is there enough time, as a player? Is there enough time to have one quick search, and then get the hell out of there? Otherwise, he's not gonna search.
It's risky. I give you 50-50.
He's not gonna search.
Okay.
I haven't been rolling.
Have we got one more emergency moonbeam if you need it?
Do have one more emergency moonbeam if you need it.
Okay, Scar
Can
pulls out.
Bugs run up in there? Do I have enough time to run and just get in there?
Yep.
Because I've got Misty Step.
But can you get out again?
Okay,
Yeah,
did the
Misty
door
Step can
open?
go
Did the
through
door
walls, right?
open towards Scar,
Listen to
or
this.
The more slid aside.
Oh, slid left or right?
There goes the alarm, right?
Sorry. Yes, that was the alarm. I will say a misty step you need to see. You would know this, Bugs. It needs to be a point that you can see. So you can't just misty step out of there.
I like Nightcrawler. Okay. So many X-Men references tonight.
Sky, you need to tell me right now what you're doing as Bugs.
Okay, he's gonna have a quick search if he has time. He knows he's got about does he know he's got about a minute? Oh,
I'm
yes,
telling
he does
you.
because he knows, because Malamud told me I've got about a minute.
Less than a minute.
If he was to search one place, that place there, could he do it and get out safely?
You give yourself a 50-50 chance.
He doesn't like his 50-50s. It hasn't been going well. I'm sorry, guys. I'm coming out.
Okay. You come out, the moonbeam fades, and the door slides shut behind you. Oh my goodness.
Combo.
Oh, thank you so much. We've been trapped in there for weeks, it seems. If it wasn't for my friend Shrubby here, I don't know what would have happened.
Search your place.
What's that, sorry?
Like weeks enough to search a place really, really well.
Well, we came here and we were cold. I'm sure you've noticed this endless winter has continued on for far too long. We saw this door was open and we went in, took shelter, and then before we knew it, the door closed and we couldn't get out.
I'm sorry, milady. We've been through a hell of a lot, and I'm not thinking right because of what we've been through. And my name is Scar, and I look at each of our party, and I'm about to introduce them. And unless they give me the high eyebrow, I won't introduce them. Otherwise, I will introduce them by name.
Okay.
This is
I'm
Sarvin,
still hiding.
and this is Cool. This is Cal, and the friend who opened the door for you. My druid friend here is Malak.
Oh, thank you.
Druid, good day. And
Tom,
see if she speaks Druidic back.
Yes, she does. Yeah.
Yeah, cool, awesome.
Tarvin just whispered to Malamuk so the lady in her shop can't hear me. I think they came here looking for something, and they might have it on their person.
Malamak in Druidic steps down and just asks, this is a place of strong magic, natural magic. It's elvish, it seems. I find it hard to believe that you've just been here for the warmth. What were you really looking for?
Warmth! I mean, this cold is bitter, it's relentless. I'm sure you've noticed it. It's been going on for years. And we were wandering through Lonelywood and we needed a place to find, and we stumbled upon this. The door was open. We went in
That was an
and...
intimidation thing.
Yep.
If that was intimidation, Scar's flexing his muscles as well. If that helps.
It wasn't quite intimidation yet, but this one
Oh,
is.
sorry. Okay.
Yeah, I've talked to the animals. You cast a spell on this thing. The door was not open. You knew what you were doing around here. Tell me the truth now. And
Aye.
Malamak is trying to intimidate, if he can.
Okay, with Scar flexing behind you. You make an intimidation check at advantage.
I already get an advantage anyway as a half-orc, but that's okay.
All right.
Nice, there you go.
Okay, just a sec.
You didn't understand what I was saying, guys, because it was in Druidic, but you definitely got my tone, I presume.
Definitely.
Or maybe just as a half-orc, you think that that's how I talk. Oh, he's having a lovely chat. You always talk something intimidating.
Nog dag alsjeblieft, mooi
Oh, they must be friends.
In Druidic, she responds, "What I'm telling you is shall we say, it's a half truth. It's not the entire truth. You're right. I have been casting spells here. Me and my twin sister, we were wandering around here looking for shelter along with Shrubby. We came across some hunters in the forest, and they did not too take kindly to our presence, and my twin sister was actually slain. And we took her body here, and we found a sarcophagus down through this doorway here, using a moonbeam spell, and I buried my sister in the sarcophagus. I wanted to give her a place to truly rest.
She's speaking in Druid, sorry, is she?
Yep.
Still?
Yep.
Ah, damn.
And if you don't believe me, would you like me to cast? I can cast Moonbeam, and you'll see the corpse in there will bear a striking resemblance to me, and that will no doubt verify my story.
She's speaking another language. Can Scar still insight on that?
Not really, no.
Yeah.
Tarvin will speak up and go, enough of this, speak common.
And Malamak sort of tries to wave Tarvin down. She's giving us what I've asked for. And
Ask her then if she knows anything about the white moose.
Then I ask her to repeat it all in common.
Okay, so she says what she says in common about her twin sister being hunted.
Is she a druid too?
Yes.
It's
Are you
been
connected to the white
called-
moose?
That's yeah. There's around this place. There's been a white moose hunting hunters. Does that sounds like something attached
wait.
to your sister?
I wouldn't think so. We have seen the white moose, but we've kept quite a distance from it. I mean, the thing is literally covered in blood. We want nothing to do with it. So we hide.
Scar's like, sister, you say that your sister, your twin sister, is buried behind this door. Is that right?
Yes. Yes.
And that is the single and sole reason you came here, other than warmth.
Well, as I said, my sister was slain by the hunters, and there was a sarcophagus there, and it was empty. It seemed like a
Look,
appropriate resting place
hunters in
to.
mind, we may have more in common than we initially thought. We are no friends of the hunters, by the sounds of it. He looks at his at the party that he can see. Who I think are with me on this. We have no like of the hunters either, based on what we have heard from our animal friends.
Of course. I mean, this situation can all be cleared up. I can cast Moonbeam. I can open this door here. And then just come in with me, and you'll see that there's a corpse in there that looks more or less like me. We are twins.
And the corpse will not stand up and suddenly attack us. I don't mean that as a bad thing. It's just we're used to this now.
I wouldn't think so. I mean, she was dead and unmoving when I put her there. But please, you don't trust me? I will cast Moonbeam, and if she is undead, as you fear, then she's just as likely to attack me as attack you.
Well, sister, look at me. I'm a paladin. If she does stand up, she is going to die again.
Well,
Do you understand?
perhaps you'd like to come with me then. I just want to be frank. Like, this will clear up everything. Is my twin sister's in there, and she won't rise from the dead. I can cast Moonbeam myself, and just, I don't know, if you want to come inside with me, or someone needs to come inside with me.
Well, Scar, I think I have a connection with bugs at the moment. I'm not 100% sure how this works.
Yes, you do.
Okay. Can you sneak down to that one without her seeing, and the rest of yous do what you need to do, and I
Down
can
to
go
where she's
in.
going?
That statue there, I think, is hideable.
Oh,
I
yeah,
guess,
yeah.
Is what I'm thinking.
So make another stealth check, Bugs.
I'm still
Malamak's
curious about
gonna
this
step-
shrub.
Oh, hi. It's a literal shrub. I can talk. So I just want to be clear. I'm going to cast Moonbeam, and Scar, I think your name was. If you're fear the undead, then maybe you're the best person to come with me.
See, sister, it's the opposite. I don't fear it. I just want to wipe it out. It's your choice if you want to open that door.
Okay, so I'm going to cast Moonbeam, if that's okay.
Okay, Malama, take a look at this. She's not even outside.
Yeah.
So she casts Moonbeam.
Preparing an attack just in case.
Okay, so Actually, it should have been a 5-foot radius. Anyway, that's how big the moonbeam is. And it casts here. And this door slides aside.
Where does it cast? Here.
Oh, did I do it on the wrong level, did I? Yes, here.
No, you did it. Yeah, I can
Yeah.
see it.
So it's illuminating, casting a shadow on this one here.
Oh, so she's here, and she can cast out here.
Yeah. It's got a range of 60 feet or something, so yeah. Okay.
Nice.
So I'll need help. Well, I will hurt my back with the lid. Scar, would you come in?
Yes, I'm right beside you. Sword drawn.
As soon as you step there, Scar,
Yep.
the door immediately closes. She drops concentration. No, she drops concentration on Moonbeam. This Moonbeam flutters out. The door shut. And you're alone with this person in the room. And she grins. And says, "You were right not to trust me."
Oh, I didn't see that.
And that is the perfect spot to end it for this week. As Scar is in alone with this lady who apparently is not quite what she seemed. And perhaps her character art, maybe her character art was a bit too much on the nose. But yes. So let's see what happens to Scar next week as a grin erupts over her face. And we'll get into what happens next week.
Bugs or no? Okay.
Oh, Bugs would still have the telepathic link. But so if you want to talk to... Yeah, so we'll sort that out next week.
Yeah, okay,
I
cool.
think Bugs here says, I'm fucked.
Yeah.
Oh, we'll see what happens.
Malamak.
So,
Got one left.
yeah, I've got,
yeah.
I've got one. If he's just gone through the door, then I can... Yeah, anyway.
Well, this
Yeah,
is
okay,
where
next week.
initiative might start coming into